everybody. Welcome, viewers, and welcome, raiders. Welcome to Valdrianth's channel, where we are raising money for Extra Life to benefit BC children's hospitals. We are currently past our halfway point at $1,180 out of our goal of $1,500. If you can find the donation link in chat by typing exclamation point extra life in the chat, and Val will actually match her sub points for the month of November with a $1 donation. So if you have a Twitch Prime sub just hanging about, considering dropping it in here to help us support this great cause. I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and today I will be running a game of Magical Kitties Save the Day, which I have dubbed Magical Kitties versus the No Good Party Paws. We're going to go around, quickly say hi, who you are, your pronouns, your cat and your cat's pronouns, and then I will get the scene started. So let's start on the screen with Punlandia.
Hi, I'm Punlandia. I use she, her, and my character is a very magnificent looking lilac Somali cat named Cleocatra, who also uses she, her pronouns.
Then we'll go down to Alex.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. I use they, them pronouns. My character that I'm playing is named Perlock Holmes. He has he, him pronouns. He is a light koi cat who gets dressed up in a little deer spotting hat by his human, and he loves a good mystery.
And then next we will go to Lulu.
Hi, I'm Lulu. I use she, her pronouns. I'll be playing a black cat by the name of Frederick, who uses he, him pronouns, who is just a little mischievous and may or may not do crime.
Whether he thinks it's crime or not is still to be debated. And last but not least, we have Casey.
Hi, I'm Casey. I use he, him pronouns, and my cat for this little adventure, escapade, disaster, who knows, is Old Jasper. He has the name because he is very old. He is like 14 or 15 years old at this point. He's definitely like the elder statesman of the cats here. He's missing an eye. He's grumpy. He's thinks he's better than everybody. You know, typical old cat shenanigans.
All right. And if you would like to help us raise money for Extra Life and impact our game, we do have some incentives for these lovely kitties. So we have a total of 4 incentives today. The first one is that you can donate to any player and give them an extra die to a roll. That will be $5. And please note, if you can, who it would be for in one of the chats. For $10, you can give a kitty treat. Kitty treats are a game mechanic that can be used for a variety of things, which can include re-rolling your dice, avoiding injuries, or use a bonus feature as part of their magical powers, because all of our kitties are magic, because it's called Magical Kitties Save the Day. Or they can add something to the story beyond a kitty's normal control. Normally, everyone starts off with 2, but if you give them more, they can do more things and more successes. For the kitty treat was $15, and then for $10, you can add a success to a group pool on a check. So if you donate that, what I will do is I'll keep track of the group pool, and the more successes a kitty has on a check, the better their result is going to be. So if they have those checks in the pool and they decide to use them, they will be able to get a better outcome when they do something. And last but not least, my favorite, for $40, you can donate to add a distraction to a scene at any point during this game. I have a list of about 20 different distractions, and it includes things like a mirror time, treats, butterflies, crinkle toys. Please, I would like to roll at 15 so the cats sing the song of their people. They they will be so inclined and distracted from their initial task of what they are supposed to be doing today. Now, am I missing anything? Would anyone like to add anything else before I get started and introduce the scene?
I'm good.
Okay. One moment. We open in a lovely autumn afternoon in River City. where the camera pans down on a small apartment complex. It is 3 apartment complexes on one side and 3 on the other. And in the middle between these 2 small complexes is a community garden. And inside that community garden is a catio made out of bright white wood with some chain link fencing. And there is just a plastic leading from, like plastic tunnels leading from the catio to one of the apartments. And right now, the catio is empty actually, because all of our kitties are in their secret hideout underneath the catio. So, how about we start around? You describe your kitties, what you're currently doing in your secret lair catio, and tell me one really cool, fun, interesting thing that's here. I think it would be best if we start off with Cleocatra, whose owner actually made the catio in the community garden.
So Cleocatra, as a lilac Somali, is an outrageously fancy cat, and she knows it. She has a magnificently fluffy tail, which she is currently grooming. And something cool that is in the catio is one of those point of view collar cameras that was on a neighborhood dog and somehow magically ended up inside the catio.
And
Don't know
this
who did it, not Cleo.
is this camera like attached to anything, or is this just like a souvenir?
Probably just a souvenir.
Beautiful. Who would like to go next?
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. So Perlock Holmes is hanging out, looking at his big whiteboard that he has that has, red thread pinned up everywhere where he keeps track of everybody in the community and everybody in the complexes. And he thinks that there's, things going on that really aren't, but he entertains himself that way and draws his own conclusions and headcanons about everybody who lives here.
And that is the whiteboard the one special thing in this catio that is interesting? Or would you like to add something else?
I mean, if I may, I'd like to add something else.
Please be my guest.
Maybe, thank you. Maybe next to the whiteboard with the red thread everywhere, there is a pair of binoculars that has been set up from which he uses and allows others to peer through to lurk upon the neighborhood and see what is going on from the ultimate roost.
So it's like one of those submarine binoculars that goes up, and it's just like you can move it around to look to see what's going on above on the surface.
Yes, like a periscope.
A periscope.
Yes, we have a
782 torque
Oh,
legend.
perfect.
782
Oh,
torque
I
legend.
completely forgot. If I may,
782 torque.
I will be donating $1 for every cat pun that is made during the game today. And I will also give my players that if another animal has entered the narrative of the game, you can also make puns about that animal, but only after they've entered the narrative. So right now that's 3 because 2 of our players have cat pun names. So periscope, that brings me up to 3. I will be keeping track.
The highest tier of humor. I love it.
Oh, yes.
All right. Lulu or Casey?
Well, if we have this periscope and it's being able to be used by others to be able to look around, while Perlock Holmes is staring up at his whiteboard of absolutely everything, I believe Frederick would be using the periscope to be staring out at everything else that is not inside and is very entranced by whatever it is. Maybe it's a bird, maybe it's just a bush, maybe he's found his next target of mischief. Who knows?
And something interesting inside the hideout?
So I would like to think that Perlock Holmes has this wonderful cabinet next to the whiteboard that was originally just for extra string and whatnot, but now is just full of curios and other things that either he has brought back from me, uncovering the secrets behind them, or Frederick has just totally not just taken or anything. because they're neat, they're shiny, they're cool looking. They're everything that these cats have like done and hang out around. They're story time. And it's totally not a trophy case or anything. It's totally a trophy case.
It's definitely a trophy case. Totally yes, totally not a trophy case. And Casey.
Well, old Jasper is kind of holding court here. The interesting thing that Jasper has in the room is what he's currently lounging on, which is very obviously a nice bed that was bought for a dog at some point. But now it is Jasper's, and Jasper uses it as his like de facto dais in the hideout.
Beautiful. I also have a donation for a kitty treat for Penlandia. And
Nice.
And also it says a napping kitty behind her. All right. Oh, that kitty. Got it. I see. The beautiful cat on screen.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So the four of you have met today for a very, very important reason. All of your humans have had something stolen from them, and they are all extremely, extremely upset. Your other fifth kitty that could not make it today, a grungy, slightly old, maybe decaying cat by the name of Dog, is also part of your team. But unfortunately, they could not make it because their human, a 3-year-old girl named Charlie, is very sick and they need to do all their healing purrs to help her. So they have entrusted you to find Charlie's missing item as well as all of your owners' missing items. Charlie's item is a stuffed unicorn named Rainbow, and she has been very upset. So the four of you are here to discuss that on what your next steps are going to be and how you are going to find your owner's missing items on this lovely autumn day. The floor is yours.
Sherlock Holmes will jump up onto whatever surface is sort of like the highest one in this space at the moment, and he's going to look around at the rest of the kitties gathered here. He's going to say, well, if this heist isn't the mystery of the year, we have to get cracking right away to find these items for our humans. Otherwise, they will very certainly be sad and quite possibly not going to be as willing to give us treats and or pets because of their sadness. So we must find these items post haste.
Well, perhaps we need to decide which item is the most important to go after first. Personally, I think that my owner's very fancy, important brooch is by far the most valuable item, and so what we should look for first.
I should like to argue with you on that, but I will not, in the sake of saving time, because we are not having of the time to argue. So we might as well go after the brooch first.
We think that all of them may have been taken by the same perpetrator.
Hey, for once, I'm not the one responsible. I'm actually kind of upset.
I'm actually very surprised by this.
So am I.
Well, that is a very good observation that you've made, old Jasper. These items may very well all be in the same place, so if we go after one of them, we are very likely to find the rest.
That is a good perspective.
Yeah, I agree with that. It probably looks something here.
So shall we go about the neighborhood, see if we can find anything suspicious in the catmosphere?
I'm sure some precursory investigation would be useful. And he like slowly stretches and like gets to his feet. That dog bed is very comfortable.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, so
It's yours
I
now.
wonder. Possession.
I'm at 8 puns already. Dang. As you are having this conversation, the four of you are suddenly realize that there is a fifth cat in the room who has been high perched on this tall
Perched.
log. What was that? Perched. Yes,
Perched.
perched.
Mhm.
Perched on this like tall log that has been used as a scratching post. And you all see this very beautifully groomed russet red Somali cat. And Perlock, you know this cat. This is the cat that lives in the 6th unit of your apartment complex. Meowiarty.
That bastard.
And he licks his paw and just like cleans his head a little bit. You're still looking for your human's items, I see. I thought the great Perlock would have already found them.
I should have known that you would be behind this, Meowiarty. We're going to
Please.
find those items.
Please, as if I would ever want your human stinking items. I have already prevented the theft of an item from my human. I thought you would have been ahead of the game, all four of you.
How would you have such pertinent information ahead of time? You must know the perpetrator. The perpetrator!
I do not, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you, because if you're as good as you say, you don't need my help.
Growls
just
and
here?
it pops up.
Are you
So
just
what
here
exactly
to
is
mooch off
your-
our snacks?
Yes.
Hey, at least he's honest about it.
But I don't remember inviting you into this private party.
Yes, but I'm a party crasher.
He's just jealous because he never gets invited to anything because nobody likes him. He smells funny and he's insufferable.
And he thinks his tail is good, but it's not as good as mine.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're right, my tail is better than yours.
It's fluffier, I'll give it that, but not better. But anyway, good luck, lovely magical kitties.
You just come to gloat then.
Absolutely. And a word of advice, Perlock. Maybe check the scene of the crime first instead of the neighborhood.
That is always the first place to look in the beginning of a good mystery, is where the crime was committed.
But
All right, magical kitties,
weren't
we're done
the
with this.
crimes committed in our neighborhood?
Technically, yes, since they were inside of our humans' homes, I suppose. That would be inside the neighborhood.
There is also a kitty treat for Perlock.
Thank you.
So, shall we start with my apartment since it is connected to the catio?
Of course. Let's go.
That makes the most logical sense. Post haste, magical kitties. Away
And
to Cleopatra's
Old
abode.
Jasper shoots like as much of a withering gaze as he can with only one eye at Meowiarty before they leave.
Meowiarty actually like jumps off the wood that he was standing on right after stretching and scratching it, and like does the cat thing where he moves past you and just like his butt and tail like all go up against your face before leaving via the secret entrance.
Right after that, Cleopatra goes up to that log and immediately starts like scratching it to death, just because there's no way that awful thing is going to leave his claw scent on my property.
Frederick is gonna find some sort of way of putting a frowny face underneath wherever picture of Meowiarty Perlock has on the whiteboard, because I'm sure it's like correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it's like a big picture connected to so many other things, and it's just right there.
Oh,
And-
absolutely. And it's a very unflattering picture of Meowiarty like cleaning his asshole or something. Like, like it's
one
like
leg.
the worst angle.
The one leg in the air licking.
Mhm. Yep.
And Frederick is going to walk over and just somehow put a frowny face underneath that picture before they leave. Just so that when Meowiarty decides to come back, that is the first thing that he sees.
Good call, Frederick.
Perfect.
Very tasteful.
Agreed.
So it sounds like you're going over to Cleopatra's house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in order to get to Cleopatra's house, you have to leave the secret entrance to lead up to the catio, and then you can take the attached tunnels to Cleopatra's home. As the four of you begin to make your way out, and the sun is peeking out from behind the clouds, leaving this beautiful sunspot on the ground in this otherwise chilly autumn afternoon. It is so warm and perfectly sized for one kitty to just lay down and just like stretch your limbs for a second. We got our first distraction.
But even the best mystery, I feel, must wait when there's such a perfect pool of sunlight, so tantalizing and warm.
Yeah, we don't have to do things right meow, do we?
There's nothing too important that cannot wait for a nice bask in the sun.
This
Flops
really is
over.
Pervana.
I have decided I'm going to cap my puns out at 100 because we're already at 15.
Fair. That's fair.
But yes,
All right.
who is fighting over the sunspot? It's enough for one.
Well, the
I want to shoulder check anyone who tries to get in that spot.
Well, I have the
Jasp-
least fur out of anybody, so I feel like I'm entitled to the sunspot.
As they say, age before beauty.
Girls
And
before swine.
Jasper kind of pushes himself into the middle.
Do we just end up with like a puddle?
Yes.
And only
Probably.
the cat on top has the sunlight.
But it's warm from the other ones laying on top.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need a sunspot, I guess. He watches as the very old Jasper goes onto the sunspot.
After some delectable lounging in the sun, the four of you can head over to Cleopatra's apartment. Cleopatra, you are reminded that your human is always home. How do they feel about visitors?
Well,
Your
so
human
lo-
does not leave the house at all.
No, my human never leaves the house. He is a remote worker. The only time he would ever leave the house is to take me to the groomer, yay, or the vet, hiss. But luckily, he's got headphones on and they are noise canceling. So long as we don't make any big flashy moves in front of his computer, we're good. He won't know we're there.
Okay. So the tunnels lead up to one of your windows into the living room, which has been cracked for you so you can come and go as you please during the daylight hours. The room is very neat for the most part. You know that the bedroom is a little messy, but not so bad. But there is geek paraphernalia everywhere behind, either framed in a curio cabinet behind, glass and a latch so you can't accidentally knock something down. And you know that his his office that he does work in is down the hallway, as you said, noise canceling headphones. But the object that was stolen from him is actually in the office because he has some of these pins that were framed and brooches near his desk. Because as big of a nerd as he is, you can't just put everything in one room.
Okay, so here is my plan. You three can wait in the doorway while I do the investigation and you can just direct me towards any spot you want me to look. How does that sound to you?
That's a good idea. If we get caught, we might not be able to investigate at all. So we might as well approach from that perspective.
And if it looks like you're about to get caught, I'll jump in front of a screen and stick my tail in his eyes.
Valiant. Much appreciated, Cleopatra.
You are
Well,
fortunate to have a friend like me.
Well, I've heard of pulling the wool over someone's eyes, but that's just a bit much, don't you think?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
I have
I don't.
You go ahead, do your thing.
No. By all means, you first.
I'm going to ask about magical powers.
Yeah. What about it?
Perlock Holmes has the magical power of telepathy.
Yes, you do.
So as Cleopatra is investigating and we are waiting in the doorway, Perlock Holmes would like to use his telepathic powers to see if he can glean any information from Cleopatra's human about what might have transpired in the previous 24 hours that he might be thinking about that might be related to this.
Okay. So what you got to do is you need to, because this was going to be a roll, because right now Eek, Cleopatra's owner, is working, so he might actually be thinking about that. So I'm going to actually need a roll from you. This will be a cunning roll, and
Mhm.
since you are using your magical power, you can add an extra 2 dice on top of that. So
Ye-
this is going to be a difficulty of 5, because he is a little bit of a workaholic computer programmer.
Mhm.
So you need to roll 5s or higher on the die. And what's your cunning?
3.
So you're going to roll a total of 5d6s and let me know
Nice.
how many are 5 or higher.
Awesome. Some nice dice ASMR for the people at home. All right. So we got 2 5s.
Okay. So 2 5s is a success. You do it like you had hoped and deal 1 owie if you were trying to, which I don't think you are.
No.
No.
Wowies
no.
now.
Does anything, how does it look like when you're using your magical kitty powers?
So Perlock Holmes sort of sits back on his haunches and puts his little paws up like this, so it looks like he's almost like sitting like the thinker, and his eyes just sort of glaze over white, like foggy, as he's just like looking at this person uncannily, just studying them as he's doing his telepathy.
Yeah, so you need to go a little deeper, because the first surface thoughts you're getting are a lot of numbers and letters and a lot of human text and stuff that you don't really understand.
Okay.
But when you go a little deeper, you are able to determine that on the day that Eek realized his pin brooch was missing, that he was distracted by something getting into the garbage. And then when he got back, the brooch was missing.
Interesting. How peculiar.
Cleopatra, you said you were going to also look around.
I'm searching for clues.
Okay. So you want to tell me a little bit about what this, only because I, Mare, am not familiar with this nerd fandom of which you have described that Eek has been missing. What this little area of all of these, where the brooch was, like what was in the area and his nerddom.
So the brooch is a gold-plated replica Psycor pen from the 90s sci-fi show Babylon 5. It is in one of those velvet display cases, which is always open because there's a laminated autographed framed photo of the cast of Babylon 5 in that box. And so I would like to very delicately sniff around the velvet where the brooch has gone missing.
Mm-hmm. Based off the description of how you have described Zeke, your Eek, your owner, they're not you also live here. So they're not really confused or perturbed by your appearance by coming in and being curious. However, if you do want to try and find any clues, I'm going to need you to roll a cunning roll.
Okay, and my cunning is 3. So that's 3 dice.
Yes. This will be a difficulty of 4.
I got a 3, a 6, and a 4.
So that's going to be 2 successes. And what you find while sniffing around the the little brooch display case in the photo is that there is this substance on the back of the photo, right? And sniffing at it a little bit, you realize that it's dried ketchup.
This is grossing me out. I think that this might be a clue that helps us catch up to the culprit, though.
You're meowing, and Eek reaches over and gives you a scritchety scratch on the head.
I purr.
Old Jasper and Frederick, what are you doing while Perlock is reading minds and Cleopatra is looking around? Are you getting into trouble? Just relaxing? What are you doing?
Well, this isn't Jasper's house. So he may be arrogant, but he's respectful, so he's just kind of laying on the floor outside in the hallway, just watching.
Beautiful.
So Frederick is actually gonna. They were told to not go into the other room. They were not told to not look around in the other rooms that they were told to stay inside. So Frederick's gonna look around for the best possible way for someone who didn't know about like the secret ways that these cats can get through the places. The best way that someone else might try to get, in and out.
Okay. You'll need to roll also a cunning roll.
Okay. What am I rolling?
So whatever number of dice is equal to your cunning,
Gotcha.
which I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
3.
Y'all are such cunning kitties.
So I got 2 4s and a 6.
Yeah, so that is 3 successes. You will succeed and you will get a bonus for doing so well.
Ooh.
So let me see what it is. Okay, so you are looking around and sniffing about, and what you see is in the kitchen. The kitchen has a lot. So East Indian, sushi, pizza, stuff like that. And it has gotten to the point where Eek has left their back door open a little bit because there's so many garbage bags, or at least it's a big high traffic area. And it's a nice autumn day, so the locking door is not closed, but the screen door is still there. And it looks like that the screen in one corner isn't completely attached to the screen anymore. And I will also say you can get a bonus die on a future roll as your bonus.
Nice.
Okay. So Frederick is going to carefully plot over to the screen and just see how much of himself he can fit through it.
You can easily fit through it with some
You-
room.
He will go out, come back, go out, come back again, sit there debating whether he's going to try it again, and is then going to go turn around and go back to where the other kitties are.
Yes. Cleopatra, you come back out of the office at some point, seeing old Jasper laying on the ground, lounging on the carpet. Perlock doing the thinker pose, which you know is a sign of them using their magic. And Frederick waltzing in from the kitchen.
Frederick, were you
I-
up to no good?
Seems likely.
Hear me out. The best way of finding someone else who's up to no good is to know how to be up to no good.
Did you say meout? Okay. I just want to
See,
make sure I
Fred-
heard right.
Frederick knows how to be a good detective. You must think like a criminal.
Just so long as Frederick keeps his eyes on the prize, and I mean, it's vital that he doesn't get distracted by his own unrelated
I would
naughtiness.
like to think my naughtiness is currently very related. Also, your door is not properly shut.
That
Did
is
you
not
find?
expected.
Did you find something?
Yes, that you can very easily go in and out of the door without having to wait for your owner to, open the door for you. Probably also how they got in. Whoever, they are.
That's
And
certainly
Frederick is going
sounds
to walk
interesting.
right back into the kitchen and go out and in again. And then go out and stay there and just watch the rest of the crew from the other side of the door.
Oh, I also seem to have gleaned some useful information while peering into the mind of our human friend here. It would seem that some mischief happened with the garbage can the day that his pin went missing. Perhaps might it be the kitchen garbage, seeing as our perpetrator might have come in through that door?
And I did find ketchup at the scene of the crime, though I don't know why anyone would want to eat a tomato.
They're much better at throwing at people. Agreed.
Blech.
Tomatoes are what food eats, not
Exactly.
respectable.
Well, Jasper will go into the kitchen and look around for this trash can.
There's a lot of trash in the trash can, so it's easily found.
Yeah.
As I was
Not
saying
that-
before, a lot of garbage.
Yeah. Not that Jasper's good at looking for clues, having only one eye or anything, but he'll at least make the show of going over to the trash can and peering at it and seeing if there's anything he can deduct about it.
I'm gonna say at this point, let me think. Yeah, you can also make a check if you would like. A cunning check.
Cunning check.
Yeah.
Guess this will just be hang on. I've got to
Yeah, how many cunning do you have?
I have 3.
Oh, dang.
They're all cunning.
I have
Dang.
3. So let's go ahead and
Oh,
oh
that
that
was gonna
is-
I didn't say it, but the check was for a 4.
oh
So
well,
you
I didn't get there.
you got 0 successes.
Nope.
So there is going to be a complication as a result of your roll. Actually, it's just a failure in general, but with a complication. As you were sniffing around in this garbage can, just in the general area, it's piled high, and you just sniff and look at it in the wrong way. And all of a sudden, pizza boxes and takeout containers just fall and tumble onto you. 1, giving you an owie, and 2, making a lot of noise to the point where Cleopatra, you can hear your owner Eek starting to get up from their computer.
Ah!
Yeah,
I
you can all hear that.
immediately race to his desk chair and jump up and do the "I'm an innocent cat" little lick the paw, clean the ear thing to distract him.
Sorry.
Jasper just he extricates himself from the garbage and very clearly in an effort to save face, he says, "I've just proven how easy it is to distract the humans with garbage."
Cleopatra, you are able to distract him for a second, but it's only like 1-2 pats, and he's like, I gotta clean up the mess you just made, and begins walking to the kitchen.
I give
Oh.
him a judging look because this is his mess, not my mess. If he would have been more on top of the garbage, then we wouldn't have this awful mess all over the kitchen.
You are not wrong.
So as soon as the garbage collapses, not because he's worried about being in trouble, but because he is startled, he does that cat thing where he just darts like as fast as he can out the door, out the screen door, quite
Yeah.
possibly running into Frederick if Frederick is still there, or unless Frederick
Oh, I
manages
mean,
to get out of the way.
I mean, Frederick was watching the catastrophe, so you absolutely,
Yeah,
Prologue
Jasper,
absolutely bowls right into Frederick.
Jasper does
Absolutely
not.
just snickering under his breath.
Jasper does not run anywhere, but he makes his way to the screen door and slips out.
Cleopatra, how long does it take for you to rejoin your companions?
Not long at all, because I can use my kitty magic to get out of the apartment from a different way.
Okay. So eventually the four of you reconvene outside, back into like right outside the apartments, maybe in the vegetable communal area near the catio. And one of your other neighbors, actually probably your owner, Perlock, Brittany Mute, which I'm also going to mark down as a pun, has actually some of these really pretty wind chimes outside. And they're metallic wind chimes, and the sun just hits them really nicely, and the wind blows, and they make this really pretty sound. But the light reflects off the chimes onto the ground to make really cute, like pretty little lights, like laser pointer lights, like that look really tempting to chase.
Oh,
We got a $50 donation, so I'm counting it as another distraction.
Ooh.
yay!
There's these lights like moving around the ground that look very pounceable.
Oh,
Oh my
Frederick
goodness.
is on that. And
As is Perlock.
not only because Frederick is a black cat, as he is now going for those laser pointer light things, now as they're like reflecting off of him, they're an even more appealing target for, going after and pouncing, because as a black cat, they're just very shiny on him. He is paying the snow mines.
Cleopatra is going to pounce the light even if it is on Frederick's paw.
So you get pounced, Frederick.
Perlock is also pouncing on the lights. He remembers Perlock remembers the day that Dr. Mute brought the chimes home, and he accidentally knocked them over somehow. He doesn't know who did it, but somebody knocked over the chimes. So now they are in a less obtainable spot. But he too is very excited as he's chasing the pretty lights.
Does old Jasper join in on the young and fun?
If one of the lights comes near him, he swipes at it, but he's not going to chase them. He's too dignified for that.
Oh, beautiful.
Dignified.
Eventually, the wind dies down a little bit, and they still, and a cloud covers the sun, and they eventually disappear.
I almost caught it. I was going to have it. I missed it by just a whisker.
Yes,
That's the case.
my whisker.
Your whisker shouldn't have been between me and my prey. Just saying.
Well, if that's how you feel about me.
Well, I think anyone should want to be somewhere other than between me and my prey. But, we've had a good meowment. It's time to get back to the case.
That's right. A mystery we're trying to solve. Well, back to it. Looks away from the chimes and starts to walk. So, it would seem that perhaps whoever has stolen your precious pin, Cleopatra, has been breaking in through your kitchen, rummaging through your garbage, and making a mess.
So, to describe River City a little bit more, it's like a very small town, very local place that is in the crook of a river that just goes around like 3/4 of the town. Hence why it's called River City. And there are a variety of locales here, several of which are, You got a couple gas stations, a lot of back alleys, cafes, fast food places. There's a skate park. There's also a regular park and a flower shop called Poppies. And if there's any other places you want to add into it for the hell of it, please go for it.
It's a flower place called Poppies.
Yes.
Do they sell opium?
No, they do not.
I had to ask. I had to ask.
Uh,
A
Anyway.
coffee shop should be attached to the pet groomer called Cat Fiend.
gotta be
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
There's
I'm writing this down.
definitely a very cozy cat cafe that's also like a bookstore. Like it's a bookstore first and foremost, but they have so many like bookstore cats now that they're like, might as well just like allow people to come in and hang out with these bookstore cats.
Perfect. And it's a cat cafe, bookstore, and adoption agency all in one.
All in one.
Okay. I'm making notes. If you want to go to any of these places, be my guest. But yeah, what are you doing? Where are you going? Like you have just started to leave your apartment complex with some clues in terms of like the catch up. People have been able to go in.
Do you think perhaps they tracked the ketchup anywhere else? Maybe we can take a look and see if we can find it.
It
Might
might be
help
worth
if-
looking.
Sorry, Jasper.
I said
Maybe
it might be worth looking.
maybe we should check one of our other humans' apartments. Because I mean, if whoever this is liable to, be so unprofessional is not the right word. That'd be a slight against professionalism. If they'd be so unwise as to, like leave stuff laying around when they're trying to get in and out, maybe they left something in one of our other humans' places.
It's
That is
very
an-
possible.
That is an excellent hypothesis, dear Frederick. Perhaps we should check it out. Where should we go next? I mean, I would offer my wonderful abode, but we all know that Potson is there, and as delightful as he is, and as good at his job as he is, 4 cats sauntering in there might
Austin is
Oh.
actually not in today. Him and Brittany are out. They left
Oh.
for a date at the cafe today. Like your owner has a little, not like a date, but like, just a friend date to go get coffee.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered that Potson and Dr. Mute are out. So I would like to offer my place, but I rest assured I have already scoured it from nose tip to tail tip. I am the best after all. But if you want to just come and make sure and see how thorough I was, you can, but you really don't have to. I'm invoking
Oh.
my flaw of being a show off.
Well, if you're already confident that you haven't missed anything, then we should go somewhere else.
Yes, precisely. Oh, Jasper, you are as wise as you are old.
I know.
Yeah, if you would like to use those excellent sleuthing skills of yours, Perlock, to, I don't know, check my demon's place.
It would seem that at dear Cleopatra's house, we all worked so well together and found out some clues. I'm sure that at either of those locations, we will find something useful.
So we're going to flip a coin and go for tails.
Let's get it. Ha.
I mean, does anybody have a coin? As Frederick will hold his paw out for if anyone has a coin.
For what reason would I possibly have a human coin?
Because when
Novelty?
it rolls, you can chase it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Do I look like a cat who chases things?
You look like a cat who would be entertained by watching other cats chase things.
That is very true.
Anybody? No?
I'm afraid I don't have a coin.
As you're speaking, a coin falls from the sky and lands in front of you. Do any of you look
Um,
up?
Yeah, absolutely.
I look-
Immediately.
On the clothesline, or like, the phone lines, you see a big black raven. Click, click, clicks its beak. Does looking down at you.
Frederick will absolutely wave back up at the raven.
I
Ah,
want it back.
You got it.
your timing is always impeccable, my friend.
And
You,
So
for
to
anyone
be.
who's outside a
fun.
lot, you might know this raven or this crow to be named Trinket.
Yes.
Thank you, Trinket.
thanks, Trinket.
What are all of the items that are missing? Just out of character.
You can also talk in character. I don't think
I
everyone
guess
has.
I guess yeah, I don't think we actually
Yeah.
explained everything that was missing.
Well,
All we know is the brooch pin from Eeks
And the unicorn.
and the unicorn. Yes.
Yes. Yes, the unicorn.
the item that is missing for my dear human is an 1800s era smoking pipe that belonged to her late wife. When she passed away, she kept it, and it is now her most valued possession. It's a weird, twisty piece of wood that smells like fire and also weird grass.
Humans have such strange tastes.
They sure do.
Yeah.
My human is missing a little trinket he wore around his wrist. I believe his father gave it to him.
Is it one that makes the noise and has the moving thing that you hit with your paw as a game?
I don't think it's like that. It's like a tiny little circle with some sticks pointing at various points on it.
And you hit the stick.
No, the
Right?
sticks are behind glass.
That's why I didn't catch him before. I knew it was some kind of a cheat. There's no way my hunting skills would have failed me.
Of course not.
Those humans are always tricky.
Trinket, do any of these items sound familiar?
Trinket clicks his beak. Shiny brooch.
You've seen the brooch?
A while ago, the other day.
Where was it?
At least I think it was the brooch. I just saw a shiny running in the direction, and then I got distracted by another shiny. That shiny, and the beak points down at the coin.
Do you happen to remember which direction this shiny was going before you were distracted?
Trinket looks around, and then just points off. Let's say the apartments are in the west. They would be pointing towards the east.
Hey, Trinket. If I were to give you this coin back along with a treat, you think that might help jog your memory?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Cool. And Frederick is going to take the coin, pick it up, look at everyone, look at Jasper specifically. All right. Heads, your person's place. Tails, my person's place.
That seems acceptable.
Cool. I would like to use Frederick's talent of Sleight of Paw to make sure it ends up Tails so that he can go to his own owner's place.
Sure. You can use your cunning with 1 extra die for Sleight of Paw.
Excellent.
I don't suppose we can contest the roll to see if we can catch him being a cheetah?
It's not cheating if it's a skill that you've honed. Advantage.
If Frederick fails completely, then we'll say you can do it.
Oh, I just wanted to say cheetah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Frederick did not fail completely. It's 2 5s and a 6.
Yeah,
Oh.
you have a complete success. So you describe how you succeed. How does a cat do sleight of hand with a coin?
So, how does a cat decide if I'm with one?
Yeah.
So what Frederick does is Frederick picks up the coin, tosses it up, catches it, and then waits for the sun to just peek out behind the clouds again. So when he tosses it up, it hits the same light as the wind chimes are being hit by. And so while that distraction is occurring, he is able to ever so slightly change how the coin is facing when he holds it. So when he catches it and holds it up, it is the one he wants.
Very clever.
So the coin ends up tails, meaning that you're going to Frederick's house. That's what you wanted, right?
Yes.
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 It's not like Frederick wants to go grab a snack or anything. That would be silly.
Of course.
Yes. So you can head over to Frederick's house. How does everyone else get in? Because as magical kitties, you have ways of getting into your own, in and out of your own places. So how do you lead everyone inside?
Well, Frederick would just lead everyone through the cat door.
Oh, you have a cat door. Perfect.
Yeah, that works.
Frederick has a cat door.
His humans partner works a lot with animals, therefore having a cat door was just kind of a thing that happened once they got married.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Well, let's go in.
Okay, what does your house look like and what are y'all doing?
Judging the furniture.
I don't believe the furniture. I don't believe it would be quite up to Cleopatra's standards, but it is simple, if not well kept, but nothing is fancy. In fact, most of the things in the department aren't super fancy. They're much more function over fashion, which Cleopatra is probably horrified by.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. So you're getting us. Is anyone home today? Maria or Maria's partner?
What day of the week is it?
I was thinking it was going to be a weekday.
So if it's a weekday, there is about a 50-50 that Maria would be home from work or not, depending on the day of the week.
I will roll a die. Hold on. Odds home, evens not. Odds home.
So in which case, she would probably be taking a nap on the couch.
Yeah. If for any reason, because her fiance told her to, because she is a workaholic.
Yep.
So the four of you enter the house. The four of you enter the house and you see a sleeping woman on the couch. And Poogle gets a kitty treat.
Oh gosh, thank you.
I think it's whatever the $15. Yep, $15 kitty treat.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
So you are in this house. What you doing?
Well, let's look around for clues.
Okay. Instead of us all doing individual checks this time, let's do like one big one. So if someone wants to roll one with like an extra die of advantage, we can do that.
I vote the detective.
And where would Maria have kept her lost item? On her keys or
On her keys.
somewhere else? Okay, cool.
So the keys in question are actually hanging up right next to where the door is, maybe about 3.5 feet high on the wall, on like a little pegboard, where there is another set of keys, what looks like a small like wallet clutch, a couple of those keychains that have those really like obnoxiously cheesy couples photos from like theme parks and whatnot, because her and her partner are that kind of couple.
Nice.
I
Nice.
love it.
I'm a fan.
So Sherlock Holmes has investigation as my talent. So would I add an extra die to that?
Yes.
Cool. So that would be 5 total.
Heck yeah.
So 5 total dice. I'm gonna say that this is, you need to get 5s and 6s on this. This is gonna be harder to find.
Okay. Ooh. All right, we got 2 5s and a 6.
So that's 3 successes. Okay.
Nice.
So what you find while you are all investigating is Perlock. This little pegboard with all of the keychains and the keys and the wallet clutch and such like that are hanging about like 3 to 4 feet up the wall, much higher than most of you can reach. I don't think any of you can reach it without jumping. And what you see on the wall is 2 little paw prints that kind of look like really tiny, like tiny human paw prints. And then a little higher than that are smaller paw prints, but they don't look like human paw prints. And it looks like there was some dirt and smudge. There's a little smudge of ketchup. But it definitely looks like whatever was going on here, someone was trying to reach whatever was up there. Because there's a couple different types of paw prints, like a little pyramid. Someone making a pyramid.
Interesting.
Very
It
interesting.
would seem that this is either very interesting target or a group of individuals working together to try and reach up there. See that horrid ketchup and gestures with his tail.
Deductive skills, detective.
Thank you.
Oh, that is
Get by
now
with little help from my friends.
There is now ketchup in both places. I believe we have pattern.
The
The
ketchup
culprits
bandit.
are bad at mousekeeping.
That's right.
The culprit must be someone who enjoys ketchup.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that certainly rules me out.
Yes, it is a horrid substance.
Why would you waste perfectly good tomatoes?
Who out of the group would spend time outdoors getting to know the locals?
Depends on how much catnip is growing in the neighborhood.
I mean, I would imagine Jasper probably did when he was younger. Maybe
Jasper
not so
probably
much.
knows everybody.
But yeah, Jasper
Yeah.
probably knows everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In that case, Frederick and Jasper, you would know of a person that really likes fries and ketchup that hangs around River City. Their name is Fry, and they are a seagull who hangs out near the cafe.
Jasper will look over at Frederick. We may need to pay our friend a visit. And the word friend is like very clearly spoken with a not really a friend.
Oh yeah, we should totally hit him up. In the same way of that. Oh yeah, I totally like this person because you totally also do not. Yeah, no, oh, hey, actually, since we are in here, we could probably get, if we get a snack for Trinket, then Trinket might be able to keep an eye out, and then we can also grab a snack for Fry. I just don't
Cleopatra
remember
and
where they
Perlock,
are.
you have no idea who Fry is.
Is this Fry character somebody who's easily persuaded with food?
Yes, as Frederick is going to turn and stare across the room. Because the living room and the kitchen are kind of one room. It's like you've got the living room on one side, and rather than there being like an actual wall, it's more of just like an island. And then the kitchen, as Frederick is staring at some of the cabinets, plotting.
The cabinets are closed.
Oh, the cabinets are absolutely closed.
Yeah, Jasper just says, yes, Fry and his ilk tend to be easily persuaded by food.
So what category of culprit would you say Fry is?
Just a bird.
Bird.
Wouldn't call him a culprit, just a little more of a bird brain.
Oh, he's absolutely a bird brain. There are no brain cells in that noggin.
A total catterbrains.
Something like that.
Could somebody so unintelligent possibly be helpful at all, or will we just be going on a wild goose chase with this one?
Well, it depends on if someone else already paid him off with food, because Fry remembers every single person who feeds him, because else, he's getting free food. Of course, he's going to keep trying to, get free food. So if someone else fed him and was around anything like this or had cash or whatnot, might know something.
And also, not every member of the conspiracy is supposed to be the mastermind.
That is
Of
true.
course, you need lackeys, and Fry would be a perfect lackey.
So, should we go find this Fry character?
I believe that would be a good step in the right direction. I believe if we checked the other locations, we would find much of the same.
So going after Fry is a good start.
I'll take it. I'll add it as a pun. Since the bird's name is Fry. So
That was the first one to cause me like physical pain. I love it.
so are you getting treats before you go?
Frederick is going to attempt. He knows which cabinet it is. The cabinet is just, unfortunately, it's not that it's locked, it's just, closed.
I don't know. How many times have you tried to get into the cabinets? Do you feel the need that do you feel like Maria has had to like put baby locks on these cabinets because of Frederick?
No, because he knows if he goes too overboard with it, she will, and that means he won't be able to get any more. So he has to be very careful about how many he takes.
Okay. All
So
right.
smart. I love it.
Okay. So yes, you may attempt to get some treats.
It's less of the attempt of properly getting them and more of a can he knock the proper thing to the floor without waking up his person on the couch?
I'm also going to say that this is not cunning. This is going to be fierce because you're physically trying to open the
absolutely.
cabinets. This will be a difficulty 4.
All right. Absolutely not.
You got 0?
Nothing. I rolled 2 twos.
2 twos. Okay, so that is a complication. Very much like what happened with old Jasper at Cleopatra's house. You knock over stuff you're not supposed to. There is a small pile of dirty dishes that were next to the sink that still had to be put into the dishwasher, but because the dishwasher is still full, you can't put the dirty dishes in there yet. You knock them all into the sink and you make a really, really loud noise, and all of you hear Maria, Frederick's owner, startle awake. What do? You can do one thing before she sees you.
How far is old Jasper from the cat door?
I mean, solidly in the room. Probably, like, depending on how big the room is, I mean, at least like 10 feet.
I want to hide behind a piece of furniture.
Okay.
I will hide under the couch. Like I just start under the couch that the human that Maria is sleeping on.
Okay.
And like look across the carpet at Cleopatra who's also under behind furniture, just like crazy big eyes, like big pupils.
Jasper and Frederick, you live here, so what are you two doing?
I believe Frederick is going to fall into the sink and end up a little washed up.
A little wet, definitely.
Jasper just casually strides for the cat door. He is in no hurry.
So Maria is rubbing some sleep out of her eyes, and she grabs like her glasses and shoves them onto her face. And she's like, oh. And she walks over to the kitchen, stops and like watches Jasper leave the house. I'm gonna have to talk to the other tenants. and then walks over to the sink, Frederick, and just like picks you up all wet. You brought this upon yourself. And
Oh, he looks wet. He has no regrets. There are no regrets on that face.
He's like criminal.
She's like not holding you against her because you're wet, but like all of you see Maria turn with Frederick in her hands and like walk to the bathroom, and you get bundled up, Frederick, in a towel and start getting dried off.
Burrito.
You become burrito. Yep, you become a burrito for a little bit. And Cleopatra and Prologue, if you would like to take this opportunity to leave, you may.
Prologue feels bad abandoning a man behind, but he knows that they have to seize their opportunity to go. And so he does like scramble across the floor and go through the cat door.
No procrastination from Cleopatra either.
As a reminder for everyone in chat, I am donating $1 for every cat pun, unique cat pun that happens in game. And currently I'm at 25, 30, 35, 46. I am maxing this out at 100.
We're going to get there.
I know.
You really doubt our aspirations?
No, I don't. I knew what I was getting myself into when I saw that someone that was one of my players called themselves Punlandia.
Yep.
We have puns on our side.
For a good cause.
For a good cause. A good clause.
There we go. Frederick, you are dried off. You're still a little damp, but you're not like soaking wet anymore. And she's just like, she gives you a pet and lets you go.
And Frederick will waltz out sometime later, looking slightly damp, but completely unrepentant.
Jasper just says, if we need another alternative for treats, I believe my humans are out today.
Oh, well, I suppose any information we can get will be good information.
Yes.
So we'll search your house for treats, clues, and then we'll go hit up Fry.
That seems like a good plan.
Sounds prudent.
Jasper,
away.
Do you want to get treats? Do you want to make a roll for treats?
Oh, what am I rolling here?
Yeah. And do you also have a cat door, or do you have a secret entrance?
I have Andy's window, which he leaves open for me.
Oh, so sweet. So you are able to hop into Andy's room. Andy's at school.
Yep.
Oh, that teenage life.
Oh, yes. And his mom works all day, and he has no siblings, so the house is empty.
I will say, since no one is home to catch you in the act, you can get snacks and treats.
Yes.
Without any issues.
Mm-hmm.
Priorities.
Yes, so you're able to grab snacks. What kind of snacks are they? What kind of cat treats? Or just what kind of treats for you and for Trinket?
Oh, well, there are several different savory cat treats that are not kept under too hard of a lock or guard, because Jasper's good at not letting his humans know that he can get into their cabinets. So, various savory cat treats, and also like a couple, like those little small snack bags of potato chips. We can get to those too.
Oh, crinkly.
Yeah, crinkly, but a favorite of seagulls and other birds.
True.
Yeah. And with the reflective packaging.
Oh yes, also shiny. Yep.
So old Jasper comes out with treats and treats for birds.
Yep. He's literally got like one small like plastic bag of like cat treats and stuff, and then a small like mini pack of plain Lay's potato chips.
As soon as you bring out those potato chips, Trinket flies down from the phone line and lands right next to you, Frederick. Coin, treats.
Coin, as Frederick will offer the coin back.
Yeah. Trinket takes it and kind of like nestles it into reaches behind and like nestles it into the feathers behind their head, and then looks at you, Jasper. Shiny treats.
Perhaps. What can you give me for them?
I already told you where I saw the shiny go. That wasn't the deal. You said you would get me treats.
He's not wrong there. old
Herlock
Jasper.
said he would give you treats. I made no such deal.
I think that was Frederick that said that.
Or Fred, whichever one of them. It wasn't me. I made no such deal. These are for something else.
All right.
Unless you can convince me to give them to you.
Roll cute and with extra dice for your bargainer talent,
Yeah.
Casey. I think it's cute, right? Because that's the social one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's called cute. Yeah, cute.
Okay. Well,
Social
I got
interactions.
a 2 and a 4.
So you succeed. You have one success, but
Yes.
so there will be a complication. And fine. Bag first, though.
Jasper like sighs, but then he'll like tosses uses his head to toss the bag at
So what
Yeah.
happens is Trinket takes the bag and like begins tearing into it and like chomping down on some chips and makes an absolute mess and gets potato crumbs all over you. That is the complication. And then
Can you be any messier?
yes. He doesn't eat all of the chips, but then he stops and thinks and then looks off towards the east where he originally told you. I saw 3 animals. There was a big one, a medium one, and a small one going off in that direction. Too high to see what they were, but they went off that way and there were 3 of them. I don't think they were cats. Maybe one of them was a cat, but it's hard to tell.
3 of them.
Interesting.
One was definitely cat-sized.
Were any of them birds?
No. No birds. They did not have any wings or feathery feathers.
Oh, so our crime crew wasn't winging it.
Nope.
Ow.
It's for a good cause.
It is for a good cause. And with that, Trinket picks up the bag and like flaps off away.
Interesting. So it sounds like we have 3 that we're contending with.
Yes. One of them might be a cat. The others, who knows?
Oh, they're still guilty of catnapping our stuff. Well, our person's stuff. So, enough
Mhm.
for me.
We need to up this pursuit before the trail gets cold.
Indeed.
Le-
Do you think it's still worth? Oh, go ahead.
It doesn't seem like Fry's involved based on what Trinket has said. We can come back later, but I think we should look at this.
All right.
Agreed.
Into me.
So where are you going?
Well, I guess we're gonna follow the path that Trinket said towards the east.
Trinket just said like the direction towards the east. He
yeah.
he doesn't actually have like a path to tell you.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's not like it's a straight shot. Because when I'm thinking of this small town, I'm not like thinking organized New York streets.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
thinking
got it.
I'm thinking like small town, like weaving areas of like roads and stuff. So it's not
Got
a
it.
straight shot.
Well, can we find any tracks?
You can definitely attempt to try.
Well,
You can also just start heading off in that direction.
Well,
what do
put
the
some paws on the
rest of
ground,
you
why don't we?
think?
Can we look for clues to see if we find anything about a more specific way they might have gone? Three critters going one way might have left some sort of trail.
Yeah, you can do that by looking around, you can do that by talking to people. There is actually a park on the way towards just the east in general that is hold on, I'm blanking for a second. That is where Regina, your friend Regina, Frederick likes to hang out at the park for obvious
Excellent.
reasons because there's a nice big lake. There is also there's a lot of ferals and stray cats in the area as well that could be eyewitnesses. The flower shop called Poppy's is actually owned by a witch who has her own magical kitty familiar. So she might know something. And yeah, also not to mention all the cat cafes.
Well,
Do we-
what? Oh, God.
Do we pass any backyards with dogs on the way in that direction?
Absolutely. Also, Punlanda, you get a extra die.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
want to question the dogs that bark at everything that passes by. I want to question any of those.
Okay, sure.
Place to start for sure.
So
Definitely.
we'll do one dog interaction and then we'll go to break. So there's a lot of fenced in areas. Some of them are wooden fences and then some of them have chain fences. The you know how some people when they have wooden fences, they will cut a hole in the fence to let their dogs stick their head out at passerbys. There's a couple of people that have done that. And as you are all walking down the streets with everyone's pets, you see a big old red brown pit bull missing a back leg whose tail is just like wagging, and it looks like he's gonna fall over on his tripod leg. He's like, friends, I want to pet the like trying to sniff you through the chain link fence. Hi. Do you want to be friends? Hi.
Sure, I would love to be your friend. Have you
Copper
made
can't
friend-
wait to be friends with you.
Have
We've
you made
met-
any other friends recently? Say
Oh,
3
so
animals who
many
came
friends.
by?
So many friends. Like you are my new friends, and I have a lot of doggy friends that come by. Humans pet me all the time when they come by, and then those are all my friends too. What did you say? What did you ask, friend?
We're looking for 3 new friends that would have been together.
Oh, there's a lot of 3 new friends. Sometimes some humans like come by and they are walking 3 dog friends at the same time.
Well, these would not have a human. These would be humanless friends.
Oh, there's a lot of
One
kitties
of-
like you that come by.
One of these was most likely a cat, but the other
Oh.
2 were not.
And
Oh.
they'd smell like ketchup.
Oh. Big bird came by that smelled like ketchup.
A
Always
bird?
smell like ketchup. They go quack. And then that
With
cackling turns into like a an ooh.
Was the bird with anyone?
Oh no. They were going through my trash.
That was
Was-
probably Fry.
Was the bird white?
Yes.
With an yellow?
I went to go run towards him to say hi and then he flew away.
I think it was Fry, Jasper.
It was most definitely Fry. Mm,
And then they pooped.
Did you give them privacy while they pooped?
No, they just kind of like pooped while they flew away.
mm,
And then I had to take a bath.
They had the runs.
I see. But you did not see a group of 3 that included 1 cat and 2 non-cats.
I always see 3. Lots of 3 friends. This dog has no brain cells. You're not going to get anything out of this dog. And I think this is like a great place to take a break, everybody. Everyone, please get up, stretch, pet your pets, and we'll be
Jasper
back
gives the
soon.
dog a cat treat.
Perfect. Oh yeah, that is gone. Yeah, snarked down, but yeah.
Yep, he gives him one, as a gesture of goodwill. Yep,
Bye.
break time.
We'll be back.
I'll be back soon. Hello, everybody. We are back from break for Magical Kitties Save the Day, and it's Magical Kitties versus the No Good Party Paws, which they still haven't met yet. They are finding them. They just don't know that's who they're finding. As a reminder, today we are raising money for Extra Life and benefiting the BC Children's Hospital. We are only less than $200 from our goal of $1,500. We're at $1,320.24. If you want to help us get to that, you can put !Extra Life in chat, and that will bring up the donation link. And as a reminder, Val is matching her sub points for the month, and she will be donating $1 for every sub point. So if you have an extra Twitch Prime sub that's sitting around, please considering using that here, and an extra $1 will go to a really, really good cause. If you want to influence our game and give our kitties more successes or kitty treats or cause distractions, for $5, you can give a kitty an extra die to add to any of their rolls at any point. For $10, you can add an automatic success to the group pool, which any of our kitties can pool from. And the more successes that they have on a check, the better the results that they do. For $15, you can give one of our kitties a kitty treat, which can be used to re-roll, avoid injuries, add something to the story that they normally couldn't do, or use bonus features as part from their magical powers. Or for $40, and my favorite, and I've got 18 other things on my list right here, you can cause a distraction that will get those kitties off of their quest for just a little bit and maybe some amusement for the viewers. So far, we've had a perfect sunspot, and they have been distracted by shiny things on the ground that they've had to attack. We've got boxes here. We've got hair ties, birds, sing your song. If you want to hear all of our players sing as cats,
That's
someone
the one
donate.
you want. That's
Yeah,
the one you
Just
want.
someone
as
donate.
good as Cats 2019.
Yeah,
Mm.
let's go. Let's go. Probably better. Actually, I don't know. I've never seen Cats or Cats 2019, so I don't know.
I have so many opinions.
You're not missing out, honestly.
I
not.
didn't think so. But anyway, back to the game where you all just tried to question this just lovable tripod pit bull with no brain cells in there, and you did not get any information out of him.
Yeah.
But you have a new
And
friend.
We do have a new friend. What is
He
our new
seems really
friend's name?
nice.
His name was Copper.
Copper. Excellent.
Yeah.
I love him already.
Boy.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll throw pictures in chat if I could find them in my DMs. A lot of these
Yeah.
a lot of the cats and dog NPCs will be based off of like my friends' pets. So yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. You have just tried to question Copper, failing miserably, but no fault of your own.
Why am I not surprised that a dog was completely useless? The only useful dog I know is Potson, and he's a doctor.
No. Dogs have their uses.
Ah, yes, big, smelly, and loud.
When you need physical labor done, there's not much better.
You know, you're not wrong.
If you need someone to take the fall for something, dogs are usually good for that.
Oh, yes, I blame Potson all the time when I make messes. Framed him for many a crime.
Well, we don't
See,
want our
there's your-
investigation to lose its momentum, so we should probably get going.
Well, see, here's the thing, Perlock. Just don't get caught.
Ah, if only I was as stealthy and as you, my friend.
As Frederick has the look of well, I know I am.
So, where are you for heading?
Well, this avenue with the dog was not helpful, but perhaps on our way. You said the park is to the east, right?
Yeah, basically, if you want to go to any of the locations I have listed, they will all be on the way for no
Okay.
reason whatsoever.
Yeah, then like I say,
Like
we
it.
probably make our way to the park because that's probably where we're going to find the most potential witnesses
Or hiding spots.
or hiding spots. Yeah, that
Or
too.
hiding spots.
Like we
or-
could
It
also
all
check
depends,
out. Like we could also check out the flower shop, but it's up to you.
Well, at
We
any
could
rate,
do both.
I'm sure we'll find some clues that point us in the appropriate direction.
Oh,
I
yes.
vote for the park.
The park.
This lovely crisp autumn day is delightful as you all begin to head to the park. Soon you all hear the sounds of young children playing on playgrounds. You hear water splashing as birds and ducks and swans take off and land. You see a lot of humans walking dogs, many of which, as they see you, they look in your direction, many of which are re-steered towards the path by their humans. But Frederick, you do see a familiar face in the pond. Your friend, gosh, I keep missing her name, Regina. Do you want to explain to everyone who Regina is?
Yes. So Frederick cannot do all of his mischief alone. Therefore, he has accomplices and partners in Totally Not Crime. One of them is Regina, the swan. And yes, her namesake is the exact shade of pink you think it is.
Nice. Nice.
Regina is on the lake, just floating along, and she sees you, and she like looks over with her long neck. Hi, Frederick.
Hey, Regina.
She begins swimming her way over and like makes her way out of the lake. Some parents with young children, as soon as they see a swan getting out of the lake, begin immediately steering the children away because swans are assholes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So to beak.
Yes, yep. You got friends today. What's up?
Looking for stolen stuff.
I didn't do it.
That's what I said.
No one here thinks you did.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Look, I can't implicate you without implicating myself, and if we both know we didn't do it, then we need to catch the people invading our territory because they're making us look bad.
That's a good point. And then she like turns her head and kind of like the same way Trinket put the coin away. She grabs something from the back of her feathers, and then when she brings her head back around, you see a plastic knife in her beak. Do we need to take care of some people? for context, everybody, I have character art of Regina and Frederick, and Regina's carrying a knife.
I like this bird, Frederick. I'm glad you've introduced
Nice
us.
to meet you.
Jasper just gives an approving nod.
Like, I don't need this, but it's intimidating.
Just a plastic picnic knife.
Yes.
I love it.
See, we need to find them first. That's the thing. We can't go, get our stuff back and do all that. Well, it's our people's stuff, not our stuff. I wouldn't let them take my stuff.
Well, what was stolen? Maybe I can help. At least to clear our names. She looks around at all four of you.
My human lost a watch.
Okay.
Mine lost a very valuable brooch.
Is it shiny?
Incredibly.
Okay.
Lost my human's pipe, smoking pipe.
Okay.
My human lost that little blue flower keychain thing.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, very shiny.
Also, it has like a little bit of like shiny bits around the side, but mostly blue.
Yeah.
Eye-catching.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me think. And she puts the knife back in her feathers and like begins like walking and pacing a little bit. And she's like, 1 second. And then like swims back out to the lake, like talks to like a couple ducks and another swan that's out there. And then she comes swimming back and she's like, okay, I talked to my people and we can't confirm it, but it sounds like this might be the work of the no good party paws.
The who?
They call themselves the no good party paws. Basically a group of animals. Well, They call themselves the party paws, but everyone else calls them the no good party paws because they get into a lot of trouble.
And I wasn't invited?
Yeah, yeah.
So we've heard
Wow.
one is a cat. What are the others?
Oh gosh, I don't really see them a lot because I think a couple of them are nocturnal, so I don't know what they are. They got one has like I think like a hairless tail, and then the other one's just floppy. I don't know how to
Okay.
explain it other than floppy. Like they don't have bones.
So it's not foul play, or at least not waterfowl play.
Regina just gives you a look at the puns.
I am
No.
proud of them.
And they no, I don't think so.
Sorry.
Puppies.
Somebody's
Hi.
existing.
Yep.
But yeah, floppy, no hair on the tail, cat sized. I've never actually met them because I'm sleeping at the time that they're usually active, so
We heard of a critter like that, a nighttime critter with a naked tail that skitters around.
Rat, possum, dinner,
Yes.
lunch.
Possum sounds like the kind of creature that might be scurrying around in garbage and possibly enjoying ketchup.
Possibly.
Yeah.
What
They
a
have, like-
monster.
they have like a I don't know, I guess you can call it a hideout on the other side of town. I've never been there, but
Well, clearly it's not classy enough of an establishment for you.
oh no, absolutely not. Like I think they're in the abandoned gas station.
Does it have climate control like Cleopatra's catio does?
No.
Oh, ugh, what a horrible place.
Yeah. I've also heard that it might be booby trapped, but I don't know for
Booby-trapped.
sure.
Well, what is a spoopy trap but a puzzle? And your cat, Perlock Holmes, loves puzzles.
Like if you want to like try and figure out if it's actually trapped, maybe try talking to the strays around here. I know sometimes they do dumpster dives together.
Yeah, good to know.
Interesting. Maybe we should go
Hmm.
talk to them next.
Maybe. Definitely wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Frederick's friend would lead us astray, so let's go find them.
And Regina actually holds out her wing for like your secret handshake.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Secret handshake. No.
We still on for next week?
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. I'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks.
And she swims back out.
Mm.
Your informant is quite useful, Frederick.
Oh yeah, me and Regina go way back.
Definitely one to turn to, and you just need a wing and a prayer.
Shall we head to the gas station then?
We could, or we could talk to those stray cats that Regina mentioned. I've interviewed them before for other reasons.
Could go on the way to the gas station, checking all the dumpsters and usual spots along the way where a stray would stay.
That's a good idea.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Let's along, my friends.
Yes.
Perfect.
Quite.
So you all begin to make your way down the streets of River City. It is probably just after lunch now. You pass the flower shop, which is actually closed for lunch right now. It has a little sign. No one's in there. You can't see any lights. And if you want to read the sign, you got to take a minute because you can read stuff, but you got to like make a check and like really gotta study it to see what it says. So you can read.
Jasper will try to read it.
Okay, you'll make a cunning check, please.
All right. That is gonna be 2 6s and a 5.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, it just basically says out for lunch, be back at 2 p.m., whatever time is. When
Okay.
the cat that's usually in the flower shop is not currently there. And as
Okay.
you keep walking down the street, you all realize like why the cat and the flower shop is closed because Dr. Mute is having lunch with the flower shop owner, Alicia.
Ah.
No, not Alicia. Yeah, no, Aisha. You
Ah.
see your owner, Perlock, with Poston laying under the table, head on his paws with his service dog vest on that says "Do not pet," and your odor is talking with the witch known as Aisha, with her very nicely put together autumn clothing with a dark burgundy hijab, and they're just talking and having a nice time hanging out.
Oh, yes, there is my beloved human talking with the flower lady. I wonder if her
also
cat
a
is nearby.
witch.
Yes,
Uh,
the
Oh
witch.
yeah, we know that she's a witch.
You know that she's
we
a
know we
witch.
know that. Oh, okay. Cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, do we know the name of her cat, her magical kitty?
Yeah, her cat's name is Dolly.
Do you
I wonder
suppose
if Dolly is about.
Poston notices you. He doesn't move or anything, but he like does a little boof as his tail wags as he sees you. And hello. But he's working right now, so he can't come say hi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perlock gives a dip of his head to Potson. He knows that he's on duty and must not be disturbed, but he wants to acknowledge that his partner is there and is working hard.
Yeah, if you all want to someone wants to make a check, whoever said that, wondering if Dolly is around. And yes, Dolly Potton, not actually, but that's funny and I like it. Whoever was asking if she's around, you can take a look.
Yes.
Which will be a cunning check. Yeah. Cunning check.
Alrighty. I will make one of those.
Do you think it would be investigating?
Yeah, I'll say it can be an investigating check.
Yay.
That is, for me, that is 1 success, I think. I'm assuming it's a difficulty of 4.
It's going to be a base difficulty 4, yes.
Yeah. So I have 1 success.
I got 2 4s.
Okay. Old Jasper, there's a complication. I'm going to say that you step in a puddle.
Oh.
So your pawsies are wet. So
This
all
just
the dirtiness
pleases
is
me.
happening to Jasper.
Poor Jasper.
But Perlock, you are looking around to see if you see the witch's familiar Dolly, and you see in a tree that's just planted in the sidewalk, and the leaves are falling down, and all the nice autumnal colors of yellows and browns and oranges. You see this what used to be a black cat, but when black cats are in the sun too long, they actually rust to like a reddish brown. So you see like a reddish brown cat, a little older, not as old as Jasper, but definitely on the older side, like lounging in the tree.
Are we on good terms with Dolly?
Would any of you have done anything to piss off a witch?
No.
I mean, I guess it would depend on, I guess for Jasper, it would depend on whether he's used his power against them or not.
And what is your power again? I'm looking at your thing.
It is nullify. You can cancel the magic powers of foes and other kitties, including suppressing ongoing effects they might be using.
I'll leave it up to you, all of you. At minimum, I think y'all are neutral. Aisha is not an evil witch. She's just like a chill, nice witch that does a lot of like herbs and stuff and herbology. And
so then we're probably on okay terms.
Yeah, at minimum, y'all are on neutral terms.
Yeah.
And like as you two notice her, she notices you, and her ears flick as she looks down at you. You look like Kitty's on a mission.
Ah, well, quite. You are very astute, my friend.
Beautiful
are-
as always, Cleocatra.
Why, thank you. I don't return any compliments though because my flaw is vanity.
That's okay.
And I must say, Dolly, you are looking positively radiant today.
Thank you.
We are, in fact, searching for a trio of dastardly no-gooders named the No Good Party Paws.
Ah, yes, they have made a mess of Aisha's garbage cans on more than one occasion.
He looks around at the
have-
others. Let's see, we have a common denominator.
Yes, they have taken things from our humans, and we're trying to find them.
I'm sorry that happened, I mean. Have you found any leads so far?
We believe we know where their hideout is.
Ah, I have heard where it is, though I just know it's east. Anything I can do to help? They haven't taken anything, but they have been a nuisance.
Well, they were on our way to make them less of a nuisance because them taking up all the nuisance quota in the city is making me not be able to do anything about it. And that's, what else am I supposed to do in my free time?
Yes, it's kind of making you look like a chump.
Frederick is upset that they are cramping his style.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Jasper. You have a wonderful way with words.
Do you mind if I come along?
Of course not. We'd be happy to have you.
Not at all.
Another magical kitty is always welcome in the group.
So,
Just try
Frederick
not
will-
to get in the way.
Frederick will emphatically agree because you do not deny a witch's cat anything as his flaw is being superstitious.
beautiful.
Jasper's
Dolly-
just like, don't get in the way.
Dolly gets up and does a big stretch before she looks around to make sure no one is looking, and then she flies down.
Oh, she flies.
And she kind of looks directly at her human, the witch Aisha, and they both make direct eye contact with each other, and then Aisha nods, and then Dolly looks back at the four of you. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Very well,
clapping at the flying because again, you do not deny a witch's cat anything.
It'll be good to have you.
I'll see what I can do.
So we were headed in the direction of the old gas station.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
Do we know what to expect?
A cat-sized one with a hairless tail, and one that's floppy.
What does that
Possible
mean?
traps.
Traps.
I wish I knew what floppy meant, but I do not understand it in this context.
Okay.
You could say you're perplexed.
Yeah. I think floppy is a good way to perplex someone. Have you tried talking to any other troublemakers in the city yet?
Just
or
this
is
one? He points at Frederick. And his
Oh, I'm
friend, his
charmed.
feathered friend, Regina.
Ah, I have heard of her.
She did mention asking some of the strays on her way over towards the gas station and whatnot, so.
Okay.
Yes. We'll take a roundabout path and see if we can run into any others.
Yeah, I saw strays on the way when we were coming to get brunch. So maybe they might still be rummaging. The bakers have to have definitely tossed some of the bread already, right?
I would imagine by this point.
Probably.
Stale donuts.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
After you. After you.
Yep. And we'll guess we'll take our meandering path towards the bakers on the way to the gas station.
All right. On the way to the gas station, you do pass like some alleyways, some fast food restaurants. Not so much. There's not a lot of garbage in the gas station, but not the gas station, the bakeries. But there is definitely a lot of garbage near the fast food places. Sorry, I don't know if my doorbell rang. I'm sorry. And you do see a pack of like stray cats just like rummaging, eating some, half-eaten burgers, fries. One is definitely licking up a vanilla milkshake that they probably shouldn't be having.
Oh,
But
Wait, you mean the ice cream machine wasn't broken?
it was
I don't know
like-
about you.
Now we know we're playing a fantasy game.
Yeah.
I only have organic mice cream.
perfect. Oh my God.
Jasper like confidently strolls up to the group of stray cats.
Oh, right. Yeah, because did you used to be a stray or
Oh
did
no,
you just
no.
know?
Jasper's always been a house cat, but he was more of an outdoor cat in his younger days.
Gotcha.
Now he spends
gotcha.
more time indoors, but he was definitely like an outdoor cat when he was young.
So you've seen the cat cycle through
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yes.
the current one in charge is a large but not like fat, just like big and floofy black cat by the name of Claudine.
Mhm.
This is an actual friend's cat's name,
Nice.
and it is spelled like how you think it is.
That's
Perfect.
great.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
She's a great big black kitty.
Yes.
So basically the opposite of what Cleopatra looks like. Good afternoon. How are you? What might I do with this lovely clouder to join us?
Hello, Claudine. We were wondering if any of you had been by the old gas station recently.
And she looks back at some of the other cats behind her. There is a big, like slightly chunky gray tabby who you know's name is Velcro. There is also a big, massive orange tabby that calls himself the Red Baron. That's him right in the corner. And like a couple other ones. Some look like the lanky teen kittens that are just like still learning how to cat.
Long teens.
And she looks back at them and then looks back at the four of you. Maybe. Depends why you're asking and what kind of thing can you do for us for information to exchange?
Well, we're trying to find where these if someone's who shouldn't be is hanging out in the gas station. But I'm thinking if we can get people, well, the cats, animals. My point is, if we can get those who should not be in the gas station out of the gas station, it's gonna start getting pretty cold soon. That'd probably be a decent, large space for kind of peaks, starts counting cats. Probably all of you. We
And
kick
it has
them
a
out.
good
You move in.
window. Good window would be really great for a catnip grow operation, just between you and me.
Barry was
At
starting
that
to think to
mention-
get
oh,
into
sorry.
the catnip trade.
Perlock pretends like he's not hearing this.
Catnip is perfectly legal in this state, I'll have you know.
Look, Perlock, I'm trying to get a bunch of respectable folks out of the cold.
I think that is most stand up. I think we should do whatever it takes necessary to get these wonderful individuals into a safe and warm place where they can undergo any activities they so please.
Yes, but we've heard rumors that the old gas station may be trapped. And so if
Yeah,
any of
booby
your
trapped.
if any of your kitties are aware of any of these, we might be able to take steps to deal with them, as it were.
Hmm.
But can't be suggesting an inferior living space for you.
She like crosses her. She doesn't actually. Actually, no. She leans back and like on her haunches and crosses her arms because this is a fantasy game and I can make them look cartoony if I want. She crosses her paws across her chest and she's like, "You make good points, Frederick. Since you've done most of the bargaining and persuading, I would like you to make a cute check, but
Oh, good lord.
with an additional die because other people are helping you and such like that. Ah, baby kitty.
Frederick is the ideas person. He should not be the one talking.
Yep.
I think all of us are maximum cunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his second stat is not cute.
Neither's mine.
Nope.
Too
Do we
low.
all have identical stats?
So that's a 1 and a 5.
So you have one success with a complication. Okay. So yes, you do succeed. Let me think what your complication would be. Okay. So what's going to happen is she's looking at you and she's like, okay, I'll tell you and I'll tell you. Okay. So she begins to tell you like what she knows. And the long and short of it is that this place is booby trapped. She's like looked in there, or other people have looked in there before, and there's definitely things full of water to fall on you. A lot of loud things that will make loud noises, like cans. She thinks you can easily get locked in some rooms without any way out, unless someone opened it from the outside. And also, Frederick, the ground is cracked a lot, and you're not supposed to step on cracks because you end up breaking your mama's back, and there's a lot of ladders in there that you're not supposed to go under. So I'm forcing you to use your flaw here.
Oh, yeah,
Superstitious.
Frederick just has this look of like loaves, like lays down, loaves down, ears just like, yeah, going, I'm hearing this. I'm not liking what I'm hearing.
Well, that is very useful information.
And Frederick looks perplexed.
Don't worry, Frederick. There's no logic founded in superstitions. It'll be fine.
Brace yourself and gear up with your fortitude.
Fuck. What color am I?
You're a black cat.
Enough said.
What? He just looks at He just looks over at Dolly and he says, "Are you saying something about black cats?"
You mean Claudine?
I thought Dolly Potton was also black.
She technically is, but she's like rusted out to be like more browny. Like
okay.
red.
So
Jasper is black.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll look at Jasper and he'll also look at Claudine and make a face like, ugh.
Claudine kind of shrugs. Nothing I haven't heard before. I think it's silly.
It is silly. Frederick will get over it.
Anyone who meets me is in a bout of good luck. People are great. I'm great.
You are.
Not to be pretentious, but I believe in us, so let's go.
You as well. And our humans do too. So maybe we should continue anyway, despite there
Yes.
being potential for superstitious shenanigans.
I believe the word you're looking for here, Perlock, is catastrophe.
Jasper just kind of looks over at Frederick and he's like, if anything happens, I will take care of it.
Okay, boss man.
How good.
Frederick, Jasper is very confident in his powers.
We can see that. So y'all leave the strays back to
Yep.
their lunch.
Jasper leaves some of the kitty treats with them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They thank you and say that you always have a spot at their trash can.
Oh,
I appreciate the offer.
So the four of you are making your way towards the east of town, towards this gas station. And what happens is it's getting a little chillier. The sun hasn't been out for a little while. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you all hear this really, really loud sound that is like jarring to your ears as you see some humans with this big metal pointed thing at the ground, and it's making a lot of vibrating noises. And I want everyone to make me a keep your composure type of check with cute, please, as all these loud noises just suddenly start out of nowhere. It looks like the humans are doing some kind of construction into the ground.
Oh, I got a 3.
I also got a 3.
Got a 2.
I got a 1 and would like to use one of the cat treat that I got from chat to, not.
Sure. You can re-roll.
I would like to re-roll because Frederick is already losing face and is trying to not lose anymore.
Oh,
Poor
sweetheart.
Frederick.
I will just take the XP.
That's fair. Okay. What did you end up re-rolling? A 5. Okay. So Frederick, you are able to save some face. But Cleocatra, Old Jasper, and Perlock, you are shaken. This has come out of nowhere and scared you. And for the next check that you do, at least until you have time to like calm down and take a rest, you're gonna actually have to remove a die from your next roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
Why are humans doing such noisy things around us? Don't they know that they should be more respectful of cats?
Dolly.
Maybe they're dog lovers doing it on purpose.
Oh,
Probably.
maybe. Dolly slides up to like all of y'all, just like she looks frazzled, but not like as frazzled as those of you who failed. I don't like it. It's my ears. They hurt. Ow.
Yeah. Ow.
Indeed.
Maybe let's just go fast so we can get there quicker.
Yes, zoomies.
Ah, yes, the
Yes.
zoomies. Let's go.
Yes, let us
Yes,
employ the
let's go.
zoomies.
My tail is still slightly puffed, and as I've got a long-haired, beautiful tail, it's very large.
Very foof. Big foof.
It's super foof.
Mine just looks like a weird pipe cleaner because I'm a Lycoy cat. So it's just like they're sticking out.
Also, for those of you in chat, please look up Lycoy cats. They are so silly and cute. They look like werewolves, and they're adorable.
Yes, do yourself a favor. Give your brain a little bit of dopamine looking at the cute werewolf cats.
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
Yes, they're really adorable. But anyway, soon, maybe like an hour of walking, you all begin to see the old abandoned gas station on the other side of town in the distance. It has gotten quieter. You don't hear birds right now. The only thing you really hear is like the wind going through the trees and the leaves falling. And you see this old abandoned gas station with the pumps rusting. The concrete out front has cracked and is breaking everywhere. And it's dark inside from what you can tell. Dark and
Is
quiet.
there litter outside? Kitty litter?
Not
Or
kitty litter,
just-
but there is
or
litter.
just- yeah.
Dark
Hmm.
inside, you say?
It is dark inside.
That would make sense that these nocturnal creatures would like to have it dark in there. Be in a place where it is dark, I suppose.
So I think we should lighten their mood.
How do you propose we do that?
I feel kind of bad that we'd be interrupting the cat nap.
What was that? I didn't hear that, Frederick.
I feel like if they're nocturnal, I feel kind of bad that we'd be interrupting their cat nap.
Yes, but they are
They
thieves,
have
and we're
caused-
just paw enforcement.
They have caused trouble for our humans,
Well,
so
that's why
I
I'm
have no
saying-
compunctions about causing trouble for them.
That's why I'm saying I'm feeling kind of bad. Like
Whoa.
I've seen how Cleopatra gets when she doesn't get her beauty sleep.
Frederick.
I don't need the sleep to be beautiful, just to make sure that that is clear.
No,
Oh no.
no shots taken. No shots taken.
Frederick,
Drama.
how do you feel about possibly stealing these items back from these individuals? They don't have to awake at all.
If a cat could do this with their paws, and actually, Frederick extends his claws and does the click, click, click of the.
Is he one of the cats with the fifth finger? So
Are
they
you
got
a
even-
polydactyl?
oh, okay.
No, he is not polydactyl, so it's more like this. Which in reality is honestly probably just more like this. Herlock, I'm surprised at you. You're suggesting I do something that you would probably not want me to do normally?
Well, when it is stealing back something that has been stolen from us, I say that we need to beat them at their own game. I don't think that the likes of these will be very cooperative.
Okay,
Oh, say less. Say less.
say less.
As you're having this conversation, the four of you plus Dolly hear this like flapping in the air and then the sound of a metal trash can falling over and this clinking, clanking, and just scrambling of garbage going across the parking lot of this abandoned gas station. And you all see suddenly just like quote unquote swan dive into a garbage can, a large white and gray long beaked bird who begins
Ah, it
pecking
is-
through the garbage.
It is Fry.
It's probably Fry.
It's Fry.
Hello, Fry. And Jasper kind of strolls over.
The Fry didn't notice you until you said something. And like he peeks up with his head. He's got like some like bread hanging from his beak. Who say Fry name? Fry? I'm Fry.
Hello, Fry. It's Jasper.
Hi, old cat.
How are you today?
Fry hungry.
I see.
Do you have fries?
I don't have fries, but I may have something else for you if you have something for us.
And then like he whips his head around to notice that you all, like the rest of you, are there. Oh, there's a magic kitty, there's a pretty kitty, a trouble kitty, and a fancy kitty.
Yes, there are several of us. Mm.
Perlock strikes a pose as he believes he's the one that's been called the fancy kitty. And Adjusts his hat to make sure that it
You
is
are the
straight.
fancy kitty. Just because you got the hat.
Yeah.
Indeed. And he straightens it and sits a little taller.
Hi. Do you have fries?
Do not, unfortunately, but my friend
Oh.
They might.
Jasper here has a good snack for you. Potentially.
Frederick, with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, says they might and points at the darkened gas station in the window.
That's true.
And then
They
whispers
may
to-
have
and then-
some in there.
And then whispers to Jasper, because Jasper has clearly been approaching Fry initially. Hey, Jasper, what if we make a distraction?
Cleopatra whispers to them, "We could have an in-fried man."
Of course, all the ones about potatoes are the one that's killing us.
Yep, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yep. Deceased. It's fine.
Mm.
As Perlock remembers that we were just at a fast food establishment,
Mm.
and we could have possibly procured some French fries.
Oh,
We
can,
could always make
we
a
can-
deal.
Yes, absolutely.
And Fry like waddles up to you, Cleopatra, and like does a little bird thing and like looks down. Do you have food? We'll do something for food. Food?
We'll do
And you're like-
something and then we'll get food, not payment in advance.
And he like pecks down like at you to see if you are food, and then does like nope, not food, not food, nope.
I
Fry,
glare.
if you are willing to assist us, we can bring you to some fries afterward.
Ooh, promise,
Promise.
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 Okay, Fry. Fry will do Fry things.
Cross our tails and hope to fry.
Excellent. Fry, do you happen to know about anyone who may be living here at this gas station?
Oh, they're Fry's friends. They give Fry food.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. What can you tell us about your friends?
And then like he actually like looks at you, Jasper, a little bit. Do you have treats?
He pulls out the bag of pulls the bag of cat treats forward and just kind of sets it down with the top of the bag open.
He'll like begin pecking and like eating a couple. Yeah. Okay. What you want to know?
Well, what are they?
You mean like what do they look like?
Yes.
Okay. One is about you size, and then he points to whoever's the biggest. I'm not sure who the biggest is.
I don't know.
Like it,
It might even be Cleopatra because she's
Yeah.
not a small
Yeah, I think
cat.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably Cleopatra. And with the
Probably.
added fluff.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
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 They're big as you, and then points over at you, Cleopatra. They call themselves rubbish because they like to get into the garbage cans, right? Yeah. Not a cat though. I don't know what they are. They got like he calls himself a bandit. I don't know what a bandit
Raccoon.
is. I don't know what a raccoon is.
Does he wear like a mask and it painted
Yeah,
on
like they look
fur?
like that. They look like that. Yeah. And then the other one looks like a rat, but is not a rat. Yeah. I don't know that he calls himself Hamlet, but I don't know why. I don't know what a Hamlet is. Maybe it's like ham, like meat
Oh.
that you get at an outlet. I don't know.
Hmm.
And then the last one, they call him Noodle.
Noodle. What does
Noodle.
noodle look like?
Noodle is long and wiggly and doesn't stop moving.
Long and wiggly.
Any
And
of you
furry.
have history with
And
anyone like that?
furry.
Hmm.
Does Alex have a revelation?
Yeah, it's just earlier I had even more of a revelation now. Yes, Alex has a big revelation. But Perlock is like at first Perlock is thinking like a worm and then a snake, and now he's just imagining a snake covered with hair, and he's just very
Well, I think if we brainstorm, we can ferret out an answer.
I think you're onto something.
Well, history. That's like stuff I've done in like the past with them, right? Is that what that word means?
Yes.
Okay, so we go out to lunch a lot, but usually like we gotta like plan it out in advance because they go out at night and I go in the daytime. So we go sometimes what I'll do is I'll like go knock over a garbage can, and then like before I go home, I tell them where I knocked down the garbage can so they can eat out of the garbage after me. And that's what we do.
Wow. Seems like a perfect plan, except for I don't think you anticipated that a few cats might get involved because some very important items have gone missing.
Oh, yeah. Some of them do like shiny things, especially Noodle.
Did
See,
you-
we have reason to believe they have shiny things that belong to our humans.
They need to face the music.
Oh, I don't think I can get you any of the pretty sounds, but like I think like the thing that makes pretty sounds in there doesn't work anymore. But yeah, they usually just hang out here during the day, just doing their own thing. I don't know what their own thing is.
Do you know if they're home now?
I think so. I just got here to eat, so I'm not completely sure.
Thank you.
You said their names were Rubbish, Noodle, and what was the other one?
Hamlet?
Hamlet.
I don't know what that means.
Last time I knew someone named Hamlet, it was a Great Dane. Sorry.
That one went over my head. I'm sorry.
The King of Denmark, Hamlet.
Oh,
Got it.
yes.
Got it.
I could not help myself. I
Got it.
apologize to everyone for that.
No.
Wow.
No, that was
I-
amazing.
I
That was
got
so
it,
good.
and
I
I
got it.
hated it, and I loved it.
Oh, so good.
I'm also in physical pain from that. So well
Yeah.
done.
Yes.
We're at the 76 pun mark.
Oh, nice. Well,
24 to go. We can do it, crew.
Y'all can do it. Y'all can do
I
it.
believe we should confront these foes.
These rapscallions, these hellions, these thieves. Yes, right. It
They have
works.
the things that belong to our humans. If they are willing to return them, then that is wonderful.
Well, if they're not, then well,
If they're not, then we will make them.
I can always just go in when they're not looking to. It's dark in there.
Perhaps the idea of a distraction that was had earlier is a good place to start. We
Well, but there
distract
are
them.
also the traps to contend with. So I propose that I use my Meowvelous phasing magic to walk inside intangibly so that I will be able to identify the traps without
That is an excellent idea.
running into them.
I think that sounds
Cleopatra?
excellent.
You are as cunning as you are beautiful.
That is true.
Well, we shall dilly-dally no longer. Cleopatra, do you want to work your magic?
Okay, I would like to use my phasing power to walk through the solid object into the gas station to do reconnaissance. Or recatiscence, as the case may be.
While you roll, that's gonna be fierce plus 2 extra die for phasing. What you had your hand raised, Frederick?
Nope, that was
Oh,
do the thing.
the thing. Got it.
I am also going to use the die that I received from chat earlier to roll 5.
Okay,
Ooh.
perfect.
Woo!
Yeah, this is gonna be hard because you have to like hold your phasing for an extended period of time as you walk through. So
I got a 6, a 2, a 4, a 2, and a 6.
so you have 2 successes. Yeah, what does this
Ooh.
look like as you start phasing and walking around? Then I'll tell you what you see.
So it looks like my fine long fur is just sort of glistening extra, slightly iridescent-y, like bad 90s CGI ghost style, as I just
Yeah.
walk right through it.
Nice.
And as you're walking around, you see it's not necessarily traps. They don't look like they were placed here intentionally, but it's just more like a lot of garbage laying around, water falling into open containers from the leaky roof when it rains. But it is cluttered and it is easy to knock into things, to make noise and get accidentally wet. And it does look like if you did go into what used to be like the cold areas that held like human food and drinks, if you could accidentally get stuck, but it doesn't look like they were intentionally put here.
Sorry about that. My cat wanted to be on the keyboard.
She's allowed.
Like, this is a
Okay,
game about cats. Excuse me.
I guess she wanted to be part of the crew. So I make note of all of the potential problems, and then I walk straight out through the wall and give my full report, telling Frederick that it is fortunate that it doesn't look like there were many tactics used in placing these, so it shouldn't give you much pause.
Unintentionally wetted. That sounds like a fate worse than. I can't even think of anything worse.
What are you talking about? There are tons of worse fates.
Like what?
You could go to the vet.
I fell in the sink earlier.
Yes, and I pity you. And your sacrifice is admirable.
Go to the vet and get a shot.
Ah, yes, and but
Water's just purgatory in the big, greater picture.
you're not wrong. That was the
I
last time
agree.
I saw my testicles was at the vet.
I've always found it weird.
Oh, I think
Oops.
my camera died.
Oopsie
I'm working on
doopsies.
it. Probably from my cat walking on the keyboard, so don't mind me while I try to fix it.
Oops.
I've never understood the reason why humans use the insult of no balls, because when it happens to us, it means that we have gone through a great trial and have come out the other side of surviving the horrible experience at the veterinary clinic. And yet they use it as being weak. I disagree.
I disagree
Yeah.
as well. Here.
I believe we can all agree that humans are just strange.
And yet
Yes, that too.
somehow we still love them. Or at least tolerate them.
Or we pretend to.
Most of them, they may be strange, but they're all right.
At least they know how to scratch your head real good at places you can't reach.
That too, yeah.
That is very true.
There
They
are quite
do.
a few positives about them.
And they do keep my litter box clean. Well, the one that's left does. She does a damn fine job of it.
Oh, yes.
Bless. Okay, Dolly pipes in. So what are we doing? What's the game plan?
Are we going in? Are we sneaking in? Are we just going to knock on the door and say, give us our things back or else? What do we think?
Well, I've been
Hmm.
given carte blanche by our lovely detective to go do things our lovely detective normally doesn't agree with.
Perhaps,
do that.
Perhaps our friend Fry could convince them to come out to speak.
Oh,
Ooh.
I think I annoy them sometimes. I don't think they're gonna listen to me. Like we get on fine, but sometimes they don't listen.
Cleocatra, you didn't happen to see them while you were in there casing the joint, did you?
No, I didn't. So I have no problem waltzing right in there with my posse behind me.
Welcome.
Well,
So, Catcher, what do you say? Where would you say would be the best place to pop up behind all that stuff?
So is there enough like dirt on the ground for me to like take a claw and draw out a
Yeah.
little sketch of the layout?
Yeah, yeah.
I give the layout and say it's not terribly claustrophobic in there.
Also, there was a door you were only like in the front part of the gas station. There was a back room that you didn't get a chance to go into before you felt your powers failing. So they might be back there.
So I put an X there where the door is and point that out as a warning.
Cleopatra, I never thought of you as such a whisker taker.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'm just kitten when I act like I'm just a house cat.
So either they're behind the door or people stuffed behind the door. And if they come out of the door when we walk in, that means that one of us can go in the door.
Correct.
Also, if the door is closed, that doesn't stop me. I fear no closed doors because they cannot hold me back.
That is a good point.
You know what they say about closed doors? It's just an opportunity.
So they say. So they say.
Well, let's get this plan in Meowshin.
Yes. Let's recover our things and be home.
Yeah.
Okay. So what actually is the plan?
I
What are
I
y'all
was
doing?
hoping one of you had it.
think we're sneaking in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either
And-
sneaking in or Frederick's just waiting for an opportunity for people to not be possibly behind the door because that he's just gonna go be a shadow and go onto the door.
Okay. So if y'all are sneaking in, also
Yep.
is Dolly or Fry doing anything?
I don't know. Do we want Frederick to go in? What's Frederick's magical power?
Shadow form.
Oh, do we want Frederick to go in and like do some investigations with his special ability because he can move around in shadow?
Frederick was just gonna go in and start taking stuff.
Oh, all right.
He was
That's
late.
also
Y'all
fine.
literally told him to start taking.
No, just
Yeah.
the things that we're missing, Frederick. Otherwise, I'll have to book you.
You'll never catch me alive, copper.
You can't book him if you can't catch him.
He starts like not even sinking in a shadow. He just starts like doing that like 1-2 step of like, and then just stops because they have a mission right now and he can't go. It's causing mischief when he agreed to go do something.
Perlock, don't you have more formidable opponents than Frederick to worry about?
I do, but
Formidable?
what am I supposed to say if somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, my item has been stolen and it was our own Frederick"? Then what?
I would give it back.
It's a conflict of interest.
You tell them, are you sure that it was stolen and not misplaced? And that gives you the opening to return it without anyone admitting to guilt.
Oh, it's very sneaky, but I suppose it could work.
No one keep you from your dreams, Frederick.
Well, Shadow Man, good luck.
And if you have a witness who sees Frederick, you can say it was just a copycat.
Okay. So it sounds like Frederick's going in.
Yep. Jasper will go in with him because Jasper knows that he can handle
Jasper
any
could talk his
magical
way out of.
problems.
Jasper could also probably talk his way out of a paper bag.
Also probably true.
How can you read to me how shadow form works or what the description is, please?
Yeah, I will pull that up.
I might also have it open on my thing as well. Frederick's ability. Oh, it just says shadow form.
Oh,
Hold
yep.
on. Okay, I got my book right here. It's
Yep.
good. We Gucci.
I also have it up.
Okay, what's it say?
Shadow form. You can merge your kitty's body into its own shadow. The shadow can't physically interact with things or creatures, but it can travel freely anywhere a shadow might go, including under doors or through windows. Your kitty can reemerge from your shadow at any time as long as there's space to do it.
Okay, so per the rules, you can go in or come out with a shadow form. But the problem is you can only use your magic power once per scene. So you better figure out how that's going to work because you can't interact with stuff while you're a shadow.
Well, you'll be able to get in, but we'll have to get out in a more conventional manner.
I also can't carry everything myself, so
Maybe we should all go in and help things. And if something happens, it's 5 against 3.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
Do that.
cat-athletic.
We could do that, or
I
we
agree.
could do Frederick could do as Cleopatra did and go in and get a good look before we all go in. See who is where.
I can't do the whole looking thing and then come back out and tell you guys. If I'm in, I'm in. That's why I'm also so good at getting out of places.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
How about we pretend to be door-to-door sales cats?
That's not a bad idea. What do we have to sell?
Jasper's at
some-
this point, Jasper's looking around to see if there's like a way in that a regular cat that can't, phase through walls or turn into shadows would be able to get in.
Sure. Why don't you use cunning to look around for me?
I will do that. In fact, let's roll some dice.
Oh.
That's a big old failure.
Oh no. So where are you looking and what are you doing?
Kind of like walking along the perimeter and like looking for like broken windows or gaps in doors, stuff like that.
Okay. So nothing bad happens to you this time. You can't find anything. But everyone, I'm going to introduce a new disaster into the situation.
Oh no,
Oh,
not a
no.
disaster.
And unless you want to be caught in this disaster, you'll have to run inside. But you all hear a bunch of loud, angry dogs making their way towards you. So
Run inside.
yeah,
Run
Dolly's like, crap. And she like leaps inside immediately. And what happens is she actually knocks her up a couple cans down, and it's just like, makes some noise and stuff like that. So she's like, and she like freezes and she's like, shit.
Yeah.
This might sound like a rough situation, but it gives us a cover story for going inside. Cleopatra says that she leaps through a window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yep.
Yeah, no bones about
Jasper's
it.
in. Jasper's
Prologue
in.
will also go in. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
No bones about it. Frederick's going in.
It's worse than dealing with angry dogs. So yes, the Dolly has knocked over a couple things, and with the sound of water, like in cans tipping and making this cluttering sound, all 5 of you, including Dolly, my NPC, hears scrambling and scratching from the back room, and like, what's that? What's that? Did y'all hear that?
Sounds like a clamor.
So they're not
Mhm.
catatonic.
And then you all hear like 3 voices like bickering for a second. Like, you go check what it is. No, I'm sleeping and comfortable. No, you go look it up. You're the big one. You should go look and see what it is. And it just keeps going on.
I have a question then.
Yeah.
You said that there were things set up to where people would like kitties would get wet or all of that.
Yeah.
Is there an easily accessible bucket or something like to where one of us or 2 of us might be able to potentially move it together to where it could, be in front of their door when they open it instead?
Yeah. I see no reason why not.
Ooh.
So Frederick is going to look around for a conveniently full bucket and then look at the rest of the crew. So who wants to get the jump on them when they come out instead? You said being wet was fate worse than anything. So why not
Yes.
make them all washed up instead?
I think that's an excellent idea.
I'd love to clean up their act.
Jasper wants to watch the door because he wants to be ready just in case they try something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Frederick will request the assistance of whoever else will be able to help him push the bucket, and is going to do his best to push a bucket into place so that when they open the door, they're the ones who get wet.
I'll say you can
Cleo
maneuver it.
assists.
Maneuver it in a way where you are able to get it in a way where it might not, if it pushes out, it'll be like push outward, but so at least they'll be getting like wet paws and stuff like that.
Yeah, but also then it's the sudden surprise of that.
Oh, I hit something.
Exactly.
Okay. And do you all hide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what happens after more bickering, clamoring? It eventually settles down, and they're like, just okay, fine, I'll go do it. I'll go check to see what it is. And the four of you eventually see this door push open a little bit, and all of a sudden the water bucket is, flown across the floor. The floor is wet, and this creature that is mostly like brown, like dark gray, black on its torso and paws, with like a white face and a naked tail. It is a possum. And he is holding a pipe, a smoking pipe in his mouth, like as he was like pretending to smoke it. And he walks out, and he's like, his feet get wet, and he's like jumps back, and then he stands up on his 2 feet, and he's like, oh, woe is me, my feet are soaked and wet. What an atrocity. This is terrible. Ugh. And then he like falls to the ground dramatically and like begins to play dead.
Wait, but if he falls down onto the wet ground, doesn't that mean he gets more wet?
Yes.
Is it the pipe that I think it is?
Yes.
Oh, as he's playing dead, do I realize he's pretending, or do I think he's actually fainted?
You roll me a cute check, please.
Cute check. I'm so good at that. 5.
Yes, you do. You can tell that he's obviously faking it.
Oh.
But to get there, you'd have to get wet.
Oh. I am a strong cat who loves his human, and I would do anything to make her happy again. And he goes forward and does like the big steppy with his paws. He's like, my goodness, it appears as though this unfortunate fellow has perished. I must reclaim this beautiful pipe, which he obviously no longer needs.
Do you take the pipe? And did you say
Absolutely.
that out loud?
Yes.
You take the pipe,
Uh-huh.
and then as you take the pipe, this possum like eyes open and just like, in like comedy when somebody opens and just like screams. That's what happens. And then you hear another voice from the back saying, hey, what's going on? And then all 4 of you see a raccoon, like big, and what they have around their arm, they have like a watch, like obviously an accessory, and then a small little wobbly furry snake, which is a ferret, wobbles up, and like he you can see like a small stash of like junk behind them in a pile. You all see some shiny things. Cleocatra, you see the golden glint of the Psycorp pin in a pile. Nestled directly on top of a unicorn, and you also see the small keychain along with other things like necklaces, hair ties, cat toys, and stuff like that, and just like a junk pile. Oh, we have visitors. Hi. What's up? Are you here for the party? We've been trying to recruit people all week, but no one wants to party.
Are they all out of the room?
They're not out of the room, but they've come up like right behind Hamlet, the possum.
So they're all looking in one direction.
Yeah. Hi, I'm
Excellent.
Rubbish. What's up? Have you come to party? Because we're the party paws.
I would love to hear about your party.
Oh, awesome. It's a potluck, first of all, so everyone needs to bring some food together. We have there's definitely going to be Gizmo, like the local kitty cat, like down the road, who's gonna be our DJ, doing some music with her beautiful vocal work and such like that. There's gonna be some dancing, and Hamlet's gonna put on a play, and we're looking for a lead. And Hamlet pops up and looks at you, Cleopatra. You would make a beautiful lead.
I think I would too. Tabby or not tabby? I didn't think I would be able to fit that in.
That's so good.
What were you, Frederick? You looked like you were going to be scheming. What are you doing?
Frederick is biding his time.
Okay.
He's looking for something that might be like a slightly higher vantage point, still in the dark, with maybe something to obscure if he were to be suddenly behind it.
This is a storage room. There's plenty of shelves and boxes.
Excellent.
So the party paws keep rambling at the four of you.
So
Jasper. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
No. Well, what are you planning? Because maybe we can make this plan work on both fronts. Because
Oh.
Frederick is planning on popping up behind them out of shadow form to scare the ever-loving heck out of them.
Jasper was going
Scare
to
them out
keep
of the building.
pretending to be interested in their party and ask about the fancy things they're wearing.
Excellent. Frederick is going to very, very quietly go over to the other two and whisper about how they should, on his signal, make as much noise as possible.
All right. And so Jasper will come closer, especially to the raccoon that's wearing the watch of his human.
Hey.
And
Hi. And he holds out his hand.
Jasper ignores it.
He keeps holding
He-
it, but looking at you.
This says, you have such a lovely place for a party and such a wonderful idea. Please, where did you get all these fancy decorations? Any
Oh.
kind of gestures to the watch, and to the pipe, and the pile of stuff in the back?
Yeah, they were just kind of like laying around, and I thought they looked cool, so no one was using them, so I just got some stuff and decorations. I think it's really cool, right?
I'm just waiting. Is Frederick set up?
Frederick, I'm going to declare Frederick is using shadow form in order
Okay.
to reposition himself so that he can come out of the shadows. He's decided on perhaps not somewhere up high or anything. Frederick is going to shadow form directly behind the three of them.
Mission impossible.
And is
Okay.
going to rise out of the ground like Bogwire does in Luigi's Mansion.
Okay.
If
So what this is going to be a +2 dice from your shadow form, and you're also going to do this based off a social roll because you're trying to scare them. But if you
What is
have an argument for another one, I will hear it.
Fierce, because he is deliberately trying to terrify them so that they will leave.
Okay, that's fair. You can use fierce.
And yeah, we're gonna do that because, and that will be the signal to make as much noise as possible to scare them into leaving.
Ah, a ghost. You didn't say this place was haunted.
Sorry, I'm dying too much.
What'd you get on the dice rolls though? Also, I just realized you both have cat headphones.
Yes.
Meow. The better to hear you with, my dear.
Remind me how cat treats work. Is it once a scene?
Cat treats are you can just use.
I'm gonna use the reroll because
Okay.
that
Bad.
that would have succeeded with a complication, and we can do better.
Yeah.
We as a group
bad.
can do better.
We can do better.
Do better.
That is significantly better. That is
What'd you get?
3 successes.
Yeah, please explain what happens.
Okay, so Frederick, who is in the back, is just everyone around Frederick sees that it's not that he takes any different color. It's almost like he doesn't take any particular color. It just melts into the floor. Like cats are liquid.
Cats are
Frederick just
liquid.
proves
That
this
is
point
science.
entirely as he melts into the floor into his own shadow. And then that shadow, as a flat surface on the ground, just starts moving around the side of this group to the back of the group. And then Frederick rises back up out of the ground, making himself as big as possible. Boo! And then yells boo.
Everyone else can make the distractions that you want, but since this was such a good roll with 3 6s, old Jasper, you don't have to do anything to try and get the watch off Rubbish's wrist, because what happens is as soon as Frederick says boo, Rubbish like throws his paws in the air and the watch goes like flying off the hand and grandmother, I'm sorry, and like runs and barrels past you. Noodle, the ferret, is just like super spooked and just like begins like flailing on the ground and like begins following
Oh, no.
Rubbish. And Hamlet is just like, the ghost of Christmas past. And like also follows suit. You can all hear squawking of Fry being, hey guys, what's up? Hi, how are you doing? Is there a party tonight? As they leave. And all your goodies are on the floor, a little dirty, but more or less good.
What
And,
a cacophony
nicely-
of noise.
That's very nice, Frederick. I'm feline, quite impressed.
As everyone then looks at Frederick, being the superstitious cat as he is, looks like he is also scared himself.
Hey, do you think we should have warned them about the dogs that chased us in here?
Yes.
The dogs they eventually like went past. They
Okay,
it
good.
sounds like they were just running past.
Okay, because otherwise we would have had to call K911.
Huh?
But
But I'm sure that we
yes.
could get a first aid kitten to help.
Oh, adorable.
First aid kitchen.
The 4 of you are able to grab your humans' appropriate missing items along with dogs, humans' favorite unicorn stuffy.
Aw.
And we're going to do some closing scenes and then we're going to sign off because you did it. I'm so
We
proud of you,
did it.
magical kitties.
What's our
So-
pun count?
I know I've missed some, but we definitely made over 100.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
Yay.
We definitely hit the 100 mark. So I will be donating $100 after the game to
Me
the campaign.
Excellent.
Yay.
So good job. So
Closing scene.
everybody want to give me some closing remarks, either like what you're doing at home, what your cat's doing at home, like how it goes, maybe what their human like a reaction is when they get
Yes.
their stuff back, what you're doing for the rest of your day, and then we'll go into sign-offs. So who wants to go first?
I'm gonna
Wow.
cry.
Oh,
I will
J-
volunteer.
yeah,
I have
go for it. Go first if you want.
Okay, fine. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Mare. I was your game Youster for this game. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice, and just look at. I'm too tired to give you the full spiel. Just look at my Twitter on what I'm doing. So let's go around, have everyone say their closing remarks for their kitties and where we can find you and stuff. I'll just volunteer. Punlandia, you go first.
So once she brings that Babylon 5 Psycor pen back home and cleans it up as best as she can, puts it right back in the case, she goes and sits down completely across Eek's keyboard to let him know that he's done working for the day. And then she takes a nap there, and he can't bear to disturb her. So yes, I am Punlandia, and I really like puns. I do stupid video game videos occasionally on YouTube at Punlandia. And my writing and stuff like that is at autumnguest.com, and I will pop that in chat.
Heck
Hey,
yeah.
hey.
Let's go with Alex.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. So what Sherlock Holmes does is he takes that 1800s era pipe in his jaws, carrying it down the street with his deer spotting hat on his head, carries the pipe back up into the apartment and leaves it right by Dr. Mute's favorite tea kettle that is always ready to go when she gets home, and sits there next to it as though it had always been there all along. And when she gets home and sees it, she scritches him on the head and plants a kiss on the top of his head and thanks him for his sleuthing. My name's Alex at Little Shadow Tattoos. I don't stream much. Actually, I don't stream at all anymore, but you can check me out at Little Shadow Tattoos on Instagram and on TikTok. I am a tattooer. And if you like tattoos, you can see them there. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
Lulu.
Frederick returns. Is my mic? Hold on.
Hear you. I can at least.
Okay. When Frederick returns with the small flower pendant, he looks up at the pegboard for about a half second, and it would be much more convenient to just leave it underneath it. But no, what he is instead going to do is jump right up top to his favorite napping spot, his person's chest, and just loafs.
Yep.
Maria, looks back up at him as she's not fully awake from the feeling of, oh, cat now, looks at him, looks at how smug he looks, gives him scritches, goes like this, turns over, and falls back asleep.
Good. And because this is an important question, what kind of plans did Frederick and Regina have next week?
Shopping.
I figured this count. Shopping.
No, actual shopping.
Actual shopping. Perfect. And last but not least, Casey.
Yes, Jasper takes the watch and returns to Andy's room and lies down on Andy's bed with the watch lying next to him. And when Andy returns and sees the watch, Jasper just kind of nudges against him as he sits on the bed. And the two of them share a few moments. And yeah, as for me, I'm Casey. Gaming wise, you can see me on this channel on most Fridays, at least for a while since we've been doing the Avatar tabletop RPG, where I play Mr. Lofong. On Saturday nights, you can see me on twitch.tv/Clockwork Productions, where we play the social deduction game Blood on the Clock Tower. And then you can also go to my website and check out all my music stuff. I've done some work with Postmodern Jukebox and some other people. And I actually have a show of all my original music coming up in January that I'm starting to do the planning for. So all that good stuff.
Heck yeah. Before I hand it over, are you going to be doing any outros, Val? Or am I going to do outros?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Wait, hold on. I have one request
ahead.
before we do outros. Okay, since it didn't come up and we didn't get a third distraction, can I request, so it is all recorded on video, that we all do the best singing of our people as cats?
Our victory song.
I believe
Yes.
we can make. I believe we can
I think
accommodate
we can make that happen.
Okay. All right, let's all give the song of our people.
You guys, my
Thank you
cat
very
is
much.
looking over like it's like, what is happening? Hi everyone.
Beautiful.
I'm the disembodied voice of God, or just Valdrianth. We're here on my channel. Don't go anywhere. Well, at least don't go anywhere on Twitch, because we're gonna be back here with our final. In fact, let me turn my subtitles on so people can hear me. With the final game of the weekend. My friend Janie Potts will be here running some Monster of the Week at 4:00 PST, 7:00 EST. I'm gonna be playing in that game, and hopefully we can get this last push here. I know we're about to see some donations from all of the puns, so that'll be cool. If we meet our donation, the excess, so to speak, like if we go past it, is going to be our goal for our next extra life fundraiser. So if we get past $1,500, like if we get to $1,800 next year, our goal will be $1,800. So just kind of keep that in mind, as we're because we meet it today doesn't mean that we can't use more. But yeah, that's it. Unless everyone else has anything else to say, say goodbye, wave. Oh, there's that $100 donation from
There
Mayor.
we
Thank
go.
you, Mayor. Thank you.
Y'all did great.
We'll see
Yes,
you in
thank
in a little less than an hour, about 40 minutes over when we do stuff. So bye, wave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.